That's it. And then, can we get started? Before I start, I'll pass the mic to my co-host to greet the house before the space comments. And when you are picking the mic to give your submission or answer to the question, please, we have to manage 3 to 4 minutes. The space is not going to take a longer time. It's just two things I want to talk about. We'll talk about this tax thing, and then we talk about the budget of Tinubu, the amount that he is quoting for security, but then it's not going to go there. So we'll briefly touch on that, and then we end the space for our fun raising. So my co-host, Mama Stella, please say hi to the house before we continue.
Yes, so hi everyone. Salute everyone. Good evening from here. Happy weekend. Thank you.
Senior citizen, sharp, sharp.
Yeah, so today is our fundraising, so we don't have any time to waste. On an ordinary day, we can speak
Yeah.
to the kingdom come. Go on.
Exactly. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, Lemwem, our website remains www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. The government is in full. Okay, thank you for sharing. He has shared it. Thank you so much, Lemwem. Yeah. I've also seen Obi Chicago. Welcome, 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 everyone. Please share the space as you join. So, I just want us to know that this will be the tone for the space today. It is not a lecture, it is a conversation that we'll be having. So I'll be sharing information to the best of my ability. Thank God our guy is here. Anywhere I make mistake, he will correct me. And then we'll be asking questions as usual. And then I want everybody to be engaged. Remember yesterday how we made good use of the comment section? You can drop your answers in the comment section. I'm going to read it. So you drop your thoughts as well. Whatever you feel you want to contribute as we are speaking, please feel free. Request for mic. So we have to build this discussion together. So today we want to, talk on the constitutional fraud in the terrorist country called Nigeria. Yes, something is going on in that country called Nigeria, and we call that fraud. Not only us, their lawmakers first of all call it fraud. So we are going to examine three interconnected issues here. We are going to look at the tax reform bill forgery scandal, and then inside that we are going to integrate France Nigeria security agreement that they made, and then we are also going to look at the issue of Biafra as a nation. So everything will be, it will knit everything together. You see, that is how the space will run today. I believe we have the idea of what we'll be talking about. Okay, so now my people, you could hear that Nigerian terrorist lawmakers just abandoned the protest that they plan to hold against Tinubu. They've collected bribe from Tinubu. That's what they care about. They care about themselves. They care about their families. They don't care about you. They don't. They don't care. They wanted to disrupt that bill, 2026 bill, because they say Tinubu government have failed to implement 2025 budget. So what did they do? Immediately they received brown envelope. The House of Assembly members, House of Representatives, they receive um House of Assembly received $30,000, while senators received $50,000. Now I'll let you know later in the day why everything is in dollars. This thing is a coordinated attempt, a coordinated act to be projecting all these things and all these payments in dollars. It did not start today. But to God be the glory, what has happened, that this fraud, this tax fraud have been discovered, is because some people took the pain to read through the bill. You see, unlike most Nigerians that don't like reading, that was the miracle that God just dropped. I see it as a miracle, because if they did not read it, it would have been published and it would have been implemented. But immediately somebody spotted and said, no, this is different from what we passed. This is different from what we signed and agreed. Why are they publishing a different thing in the Gazette? Glory to God for that, because as we are talking now, all the Biafrans in Nigeria would have been bound by this fraud tax. We are going to see what makes it to be fraudulent and the impact it has on everyone that is under the umbrella of Nigeria. So we have to do everything possible to make sure that we fund our freedom and get out fully from that country and take over our territory. If not, 2026 will be so hot on Biafrans if you guys allow us to remain in Nigeria. So imagine what Tinubu is doing, because he knows that he has imposed a lot of secrecy, especially in the area of security in that budget of 2026. He knew it would not pass through. What did he do? He had to go behind, using the back door, using his corrupt leaders, beginning from Akpabio, Godswill Akpabio, because Akpabio is a corrupt senator. That is why he's the Senate president. He embezzled a lot of money when he was the governor of Akwa Ibom State. So he used Akpabio and said, okay, what can I do? Akpabio told him, come, as you are coming to address your people, know that they will disrupt this budget. They are not going to approve this budget. Tinubu asked Akpabio, tell me, what can I do? Akpabio said, you don't know? He said, no, I don't know. He said, give us brown envelope. This is the season for Christmas. And immediately, before Tinubu came, before he even arrived at the parliament, all these people have received their money and they shut up. They approved the 2026 budget, despite the fact that Tinubu did not implement effectively 2025 budget. What kind of a country is that? You see, so that is not the kind of country we should belong to. So before I go into that, the main thing, because I want to add this one from the foreign countries, let's just understand what tax reform. I'm not saying you don't know, everybody understand, but I just want to elaborate more on that. You can search it online, it's fine, but for the benefit of doubt, for those who may still be wondering, what does it really mean in the context of Nigeria and in the context as a Biafran? So let's break it down. And please bear with me where I did not get it right. When you pick the mic, you can elaborate more, because I don't know it all. That is why we are here together. So let's start with that fundamentals. So when we say tax reform, is just a process of changing how a government collect taxes from its citizens and businesses in a layman's language. That is, in a country that is working effectively, in a real country that has diplomacy and have concern for its own citizen. It's supposed to be that way, not like a country, like a terrorist country like Nigeria. So it involves reviewing tax laws, reviewing the rate, if they are giving you loan, the rate. It involves collecting method. How would they collect this method? How would they collect this tax from you? Everything has to be transparent. And also enforcement mechanism to make it more effective, to make it fair for everyone, irrespective of your class. I am this. I am a middle class person, first class person, lower class person. It doesn't. Everything is fair and transparent, align with the economic goals. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I believe most of us in countries that pay tax, you will know much better. It's a good thing. So, but now, why would a country need tax reform? Why would they need tax reform? They have various legitimate reasons, not fraud reasons like Nigeria. Legitimate reasons why they need tax reform. It's, as I said, it is a good thing in countries that is developed and sincere and transparent, and somebody can be held accountable if you default from paying your tax. So it has to improve efficiency in tax collection. That is one thing why a country will need tax reform. So it improves efficiency in tax collection. So if your tax system is outdated, you have every right, or it's even complicated, or there are so many loopholes. You have to now go back and assess, go back to the drawing board and say, oh, where did we go wrong? Where did we not get it right? Or, okay, where did we even get it right? So you are not collecting as much revenue as you should. So there should be a question mark. Why is the revenue declining? So companies and individuals find ways to avoid paying this their fair share, and the government will now be losing money. So it needs for public services. So when the government begin to lose this money, then they have to go back to the drawing board and see how they can implement tax reform so that they improve efficiency in a tax collection. And another reason why they need the tax reform, um is to make the tax system much fairer, because sometimes tax law benefits the wealthy while it overburden the poor people and middle class people. So good tax reform will now try to correct these imbalances so that everyone pays according to their ability. You see, unlike Nigeria, that the northern people will not pay, only the southern people will pay, which are Biafrans. You see, because they know that the bulk of the money, the bulk of the revenue comes from Biafra land. Those that are doing business in the terrorist country called Nigeria, they are all Biafrans. Oh, ndewo, people have joined. Ndewo, Madam K, Komdo Emedi, Totiville, Komdo Emedi, and Silver Blue, Komdo Emedi. No. So, another reason why they need a tax reform is to stimulate economic growth. You know, government that need the growth of everyone, they look into this. Okay, if we go into tax reform, let's see if our economic growth is declining, can it boost our economic growth? Because certain tax policies can encourage investment. You see, it can encourage entrepreneurship, but not like Nigeria. This is what I'm saying is not applicable to Nigeria. Is applicable to a stabilized country that have the interest of their citizens at heart. So they will now say, okay, if we go into tax reform, it can create job for our citizens. So reducing taxes on small businesses, for example, might help them grow. So they consider all these things, and then it might also employ more people. You see, once they implement this tax reform, and it's not something that one person will sit down and say, okay, I know how to do it. No, there are people that are proficient in this area, and it also will help to modernize collection method. We are in the digital age, and tax collection should be automated, not the one they will come and knock on your door. Or what used to happen in those days when I was in Nigeria, especially when it is big market day, AK market day, you see a tax collectors, they will come. Once you see them, I remember, once you see them, you see old women will be running, kitty, 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 kitty. They say tax, oh, tax, oh, tax, oh, tax, oh. They will be running and falling. That is a analog way of collecting tax, and most people at that time, they used to come with their own receipts, cheating the government as well. So in this digital age, such things will be removed from it. They have to modernize the collection method and make it a lot easier and transparent, and make it more efficient. So when they now go into this tax reform, it will allow them to modernize the collection method. Reform can now involve introducing technology into it to reduce corruption as well, you see, and make compliance a lot easier. So in principles, tax reform is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. Nigeria needs tax reform if it were to be a good country, but because they are covered, blanketed with corruption, it is not going to be easy. Their tax system is broken because of corruption, and they have one of the lowest tax to GDP ratio in the world, because they use all the money they generate from tax and pay terrorists. That is the problem. Look at what I just said now. Imagine a president that knows that there is some a hidden agenda in his budget for 2026, and he knows he did not implement 2025 budget, has gone through the back door to bribe the lawmakers in dollars. Can you imagine that? So tell me, how will their GDP grow? It can never grow. So that is why they have the lowest tax. The money is deviated. The deposited where is not supposed to be, and large volume of the money goes for funding terrorism. You see, you saw when the wife was moving with how many vehicles? Entourage, when she went to Lagos, 100 vehicles. What of the son? More than 15 to 20 security personnel. All those are your tax money. Those of you that are still paying tax in the terrorist country called Nigeria. So they collect very little tax relative to the size of their economy. That is a problem that they're having, because Nigeria has massive government expenditure in terrorism and growing debt. We are going to see how this debt is really affecting them. They are playing both ways, but it is hanging them. So that is why they jump into it. But this is massive. Tax reform is only beneficial if it is done legitimately, not in a corrupt country, a terrorist country called Nigeria. If it is done legitimately and transparently and with genuine public interest in mind, then it will work. But if it doesn't, mbanu, it will not work. Tinubu government came in with a story about tax reform, and they said Nigeria is broke. We are spending more than we are earning. Really? And he refused to be sincere to himself to really mention where the money is going. We remove fuel subsidy, I'm quoting him, which cost us trillions. Now we need to increase revenue. And the best way to do that is through better tax collection. I'm quoting Tinubu directly. Now, if you listen to what Tinubu said, on the surface, it sounds very nice, right? It makes a lot of sense. Nigeria does not have a revenue problem. Nigeria have terrorism problem. That is their problem. Corruption in tax agencies is what is killing Nigeria. Partly because wealthy individuals and corporations don't pay what they owe. Even if they pay, this money is diverted to fund terrorism. That is what is going on in Nigeria. But they have refused to tell the public the truth. So the government proposed a tax a reform bill, and it aims at, according to Tinubu, consolidating multiple tax agencies to reduce duplication. How is that possible in Nigeria? And he also said expanding the tax base to capture more, I'm quoting him, economic activity and introducing new tax categories for previously untaxed sectors. I'm quoting him. Modernizing collection through technology. That was why Franks came in, you see, and increasing penalties for tax evasion. Now, all these are on paper, and it sounds very reasonable as I'm reading it. And if you could hear it from his own mouth, every modern economy needs an effective tax system. But in Nigeria, it is on paper. So the problem is that everything falls apart in Nigeria. The government of the terrorist country called Nigeria cannot be trusted to implement a reformed a tax reform fairly. It is not possible because they themselves are corrupt from the head till the tail. Just like fish that want to spoil, it starts from the head. Tinubu is a corrupt president, a drug lord. The whole world knows him. So why would he now go into tax reform? So whatever we've discussed in the past weeks, in the past month, prove that suspicion was correct. Now, let's quickly look at, because of time, how the bill becomes law in Nigeria. Why am I even talking about this thing? Because I want Biafrans who are still believing in Nigeria to know that their name is sorry. What is coming under this tax umbrella? Your name is sorry. If you don't wake up and fund your freedom, if you don't wake up now and go to our website, log in and make your submission, if you don't contact your admin in Biafra land, hey, your name will be sorry. So let me just go, before I go into the forgery scandal, which is the main topic today, let's understand how bill becomes a law in Nigeria and see, are they really following it? So we need to understand how these laws are supposed to be made in decent country, except Nigeria, because Nigeria is a country of terrorism and corruption. This will allow us now to understand the scandal that is involved in violating this constitutional process that was raised in the National Assembly. Because according to Nigerian Constitution, a bill is drafted, which is a normal thing, either by the executive branch or by legislators themselves, and then it will be introduced to National Assembly. You see, that is House of Representatives and Senate. And then the bill will now go through readings and committee reviews. This is how it should work. Oh. Lawmakers debate on it, and experts are, invited to vet and testify, amend where it's supposed to be amended, and then they proposed and all that and all that. So that step 2 now is where the details get hammered out. If there was any error, they fix it there. And now, once that is done, both the House and the Senate must pass identical version of that bill. So if they pass different versions of that bill, they will now reconcile the differences in a joint, what is it called, conference committee. Now, once both chambers pass this identical bill, it will now go to the president for assent. The president has 2 options now to do. Is either he will sign it into law, or it will now return to the National Assembly with objections and requests for amendment. I'm going somewhere because there is a loophole somewhere. Did they follow this process? That is where I want to arrive at. So if the president signs it, then the law is then published in official gazette. You see, the Gazette is now the government official publication where all laws, where all the regulations that they are making, even though it is on paper, where official notices are recorded, everything. So once it is published in that Gazette, the law becomes officially enforceable on everyone in that contraption called Nigeria. So that is the process. It is very, very clear, constitutional, and it is designed with checks and balances to prevent abuse. Now, the question is, what happened if the law published in the Gazette is different from what the National Assembly actually passed? That is what is happening now. What if provision appeared in the Gazette version that were never debated or voted on by your representative? That is the problem right now. You see, that is what exactly happened with the tax reform bills. Something is missing. There is water under the oil. There is water under the oil. Now I want to now bring in these tax inspectors without borders into it, because they have a role to play. Before we dig deep, and then I'll pass the mic. If you go to their website, I don't know, let me see if I can put the website. You can type it there, tiwb.org. You can learn more from the tiwb.org. Tax Inspectors Without Borders. You can also go there to have more awareness, and then from there you understand, because we may not really have time to dig more, what is really playing out in this terrorist country called Nigeria. Please kindly share the space as you join. Now, before I go to the forgery side, it is a step by step so that we really follow the event. So I just want to add and expatiate on what is happening, because the tax reform is not just a domestic Nigeria issue. No, it is international. They have international players that are involved in this, specifically what is called Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Now, I have few abbreviations here. I will not have time to be calling the full name, so I will call OECD. When you hear me mention OECD, I'm talking about Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. And when you hear me say TIWB, is nothing more than Tax Inspectors Without Borders. Okay, that is the website I just shared now. And when I say UNDP, it is United Nations Development Program. I may try to still call the full names at interval. So now they have international players that are involved in this tax reform thing, especially countries that are made up the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and the United Nations Development Program, which is the UNDP. So there is an initiative called Tax Inspectors Without Borders, TIWB. Now, it is a joint, this TIWB is a joint program that is run by this OECD, and the United Nations Development Program, and it was launched in 2015. So when you go there, it has stated its purpose, and one of the purposes is to help developing countries. And when you say developing countries, Nigeria is among the developing countries. Build tax audit capacity by sending international tax experts to work alongside local tax officials. Hold on, let me play the video once again so that we follow what I want to talk on now. It's not long, it is very short. Um, 1 second, please. I'm almost there. Yeah, so let's listen so that by the time I explain a little to the best of my ability, it will make sense.
The UN has been sending Western tax collectors to Africa to force the continent to pay their foreign debts. And this organization is called Tax Inspectors Without Borders. And if you think this isn't real, here is their website. They're implementing sales tax, minimum tax rates, taking African businesses to court for tax evasion, and they are bragging about the billions they collect from the continent. What the UN does is they send forensic tax auditors from the West to African nations to close loopholes, audit businesses, and implement tax laws that extract as much money as possible from the local population in order to pay back IMF and World Bank loans, and they are very good at what they do. Tunisia was one of the first countries to work with the UN tax collectors in 2015, and since then, the Tunisian government has increased tax revenue over 50% relative to GDP. Recently, you've probably seen different tax reform laws in West Africa, Kenya, among others, and all were pretty unpopular, but they were implemented with carrot and stick methodology. If the African leaders don't work with the Western tax collectors, they face sanctions. But if they play
Did you hear that? If they don't work with them, they face sanction. Did you hear that? Let me continue.
with the tax collectors, they get more loans from the IMF. And you've probably figured out this game already. The West is getting the African nations to run up large debts, then training the African governments to collect the interest payments from the local population. And
When they collect debt, they will now make the local people to pay. Okay, we will explain. Let me allow you to play.
that money then goes to Western banks. And in many African countries, over 70% of the government revenue goes towards debt servicing. So it's essentially a much more efficient form of colonialism. But I want to know what you guys think. Have you seen unpopular tax reforms in your country? Have they increased your cost of living? Or have they had a positive impact? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if this video provided value to you, give me a like and a follow.
Yeah. Did you hear that? It is a serious thing. This is the reason why Tinubu government have refused to release the agreement they signed with France. And he was so fast to bribe the House of Representative members with $30,000 each and 50,000 because he is hiding something. Biafrans, we are the target. If we don't come together and fund our freedom, we all will be trapped in this menace that is coming 2026. There is something, there is a hidden agenda. We are asking, people are asking, where is the agreement you went in with France? Why don't you publish it? They have refused till date. So Tinubu is doing everything possible to make sure he takes away everybody's eyes from the agreement they went into with France. I am coming because France is a member of this OECD. Okay, let's continue. So you could see what is happening there. According to their own report, these tax inspectors without borders claim to have helped countries mobilize an additional $2.4 billion in tax revenue, with 1.91 billion from Africa alone. Your money as a Biafran is here. When they say Africa alone, it is from Nigeria. Because Nigeria has been borrowing and borrowing and borrowing from UN, borrowing from World Bank, borrowing from everywhere, borrowing about. So what you've paid, your money is included in this 1.91 billion US dollars. So they say it delivers 125 US dollars in additional revenue for every $1 that is invested. That sounds very impressive. You see, the money sounds very good. But Nigeria has been both a recipient of this money and provider to these people at the same time. I don't know if you are following what I'm saying. Nigeria, the terrorist country, has been receiving and at the same time providing for these tax inspectors without borders at the same time. Nigeria has hosted these people 3 good times. They've hosted program with these people 3 times with foreign experts in tax. They came to train Nigerian tax officials. The agreement Tinubu is having with France, with Macron, did not start today. So these tax inspectors without borders have come to Nigeria. They carried out training. They trained Nigerian tax officials. And do you know what they trained them? One of these programs was focusing on oil and gas audit, which is interesting, given that oil is Nigeria's main revenue source, and that oil is from Biafra land, and also a sector with most corruption, that oil and gas sector. If you hear what our brother Darlington said, he said, why is it that every president don't want to be minister of agriculture? They want to be minister of petroleum. They want to be minister of oil and gas. Why are they running from being minister with controlling communication, controlling agriculture? Because there is nothing to steal. They want to steal from our oil. Now on the surface, you can hear that this thing is sounding very nice. Oh, tax inspectors without borders came to Biafra. I came to Nigeria. Oh, they did this, they trained. Mba, it is not like that. Nigerian tax collection is so inefficient. Corruption is rampant there. Because multinational companies operating in Nigeria, they use sophisticated method to avoid taxes. What are these people talking about? So having international expert come train Nigeria officials, it will sound very good. But it is more critical about what this TIWB actually represents in Nigeria. You see, who controls this TIWB? Who controls it? Who monitors what they are doing? An organization of wealthy developed countries, mostly Western nations. Now let's look at their membership. United States is one of them. UK is one of them. France is one of them. Germany is one of them. Countries that have their own economic interests in Africa, all of them constitute membership in this OECD. Did you see how France ran very fast and jumped out to come and control the tax of Nigerians? So these are not neutral, ordinary organizations. These are countries that benefit very well from the current global economy, where African resources flow to the Western economies. You see, so who is controlling it? These countries are the ones controlling this tax. What is it called? TIWB tax. Kiniko, help me with the full name. Tax inspectors without borders. So these countries control them. Now, my second question was, what is this real? What is their training? What does it really mean? What will the tax officials do after the training in Nigeria? Because according to their material, they are supposed to focus on transfer pricing audits, auditing VAT on digital trade, country by country reporting and all that and all that. But auditing, just listen to what they were supposed to do. Auditing multinational enterprises, auditing digital trade. Are you listening? Global minimum tax. These are areas that these people are doing where Western companies, even Western digital platform operate. Are you following me? So TIWB is training Nigerian officials to better track and tax Western economic activity in Nigeria. But is that possible? The answer is no. Because this is where it is getting critical. Is TIWB training Nigerian officials to audit and recover the 210 trillion stolen from Nigerian elites? I just played a video. 210 trillion naira has been missing in NNPC. Will they be able to audit that? Will they be able to order the payment, the bribe Tinubu has made to the House of Representative members? They will not. So is this group helping to trace the billions of dollars that Nigerian politicians have been hidden in foreign banks? It is not going to happen. Is it going to go after the Swiss bank? Is it going to go after the British bank? Is it going to go after the French bank that facilitate Nigerian corruption by accepting and hiding stolen wealth? The answer is no. So what is the essence of the training? Another area to squander Nigerians' money, and those money belongs to Biafrans. Because those banks are in this country that are members of OECD. Those banks are there. So the people hiding stolen Nigerian wealth are clients of the Western financial institution. So what are they coming out to deceive people about? TIWB is not just designed to disrupt the flow. It is designed to ensure that Western companies operating in Nigeria pay their shares while the fundamental extraction system continues, like what China is doing and all of them. What do they get in exchange for this? This is where it is getting very, very interesting. What do this TIWAAB get in exchange for this help that they feel that they are giving? You see, because when OECD and United Nations DP send tax experts to Nigeria and they train Nigeria officials, when they help Nigeria modernize its tax system, it creates several things. If I'm just going to say what I know, when you pick the mic, you can elaborate on your own, please. Now, what is it going to do? What is it creating? It's creating influence over Nigerian tax policy, because these TIWB experts are not just training, they are advising on that policy. You see, they are recommending which laws Nigeria should pass. The law that would more favor them, they will not tell Nigeria to pass that law. Which tax structure they should implement, the same thing that France is doing. Why am I saying all these things? Is for Biafrans to wake up and know that their money is going somewhere else. Instead of that, your money that you should bring to fund your freedom, you are sending it to the same Western countries. You are sending it to the same terrorist country called Nigeria, who is there to continue to enslave you. I don't know if you are hearing me, if I'm making sense or not. I don't know. So this is how you shape a country tax system to align with
Yes, so
to align with international interests rather than the national interest. They are doing this so that they have access to Nigerian tax data. Because when this TIWB expert worked alongside local officials on real audit cases, they are seeing confidentiality. They are seeing your data. They are seeing who is doing business in Nigeria, and who are those doing business in Nigeria. Biafrans are the ones doing business in Nigeria. What the revenue stream looks like, they are seeing, that is like a complete x-ray. They are seeing where your money is going. So they are gathering intelligence, and they now mask it as capacity building. They now allow debt and dependency creation to occur. This TIWB program are funded through international donors and development assistance. So the development assistance is not helpful at all. It is not helpful at all. Everything that you are doing, look at what is happening now. It's part of a broader system of loan, which Nigeria is very good at, and conditions that create dependency. So Nigeria will receive assistance from these people, but it's also taking loan from the World Bank at the same time. It's taking loan from IMF and the bilateral creditors. So this loan now come with conditions that they give to Nigerian terrorist government, and it includes requirements to improve tax collection and modernize tax administration. See how it is connected. That is why France came. That is why there is fraud in the tax reform. Are you coordinating and following what I'm saying? And they will create this standard system that benefit Western countries, because when this TIWB train all African countries to use the same tax audit, are you following me? The same tax audit method, the same reporting standard, the same digital system, who will benefit? The people that will benefit are all those multinational companies that now only need to comply with one standardized system across multiple countries. So it is efficiency for them, but not for Biafrans. If we now connect the dots, you will see that when Nigeria borrow money from international creditors, from World Bank, money that TIWB and other programs are supposed to help Nigeria repay through better tax collection. Where did they borrow where did the money go? Biafrans were never part of this money. The Southeast did not even get a share of infrastructure investment from this loan. All the Biafra territory, we did not get this loan. We did not receive any money. There was no money assigned for road construction, neither school, neither hospital, nothing. The borrowed money went to Abuja, it went to Lagos, and it went to the northern state. But now, when it is time to repay this loan through increase in taxation, suddenly they will remember the southern part of Nigeria, which is Biafra land, and they will now tell us to pay the money. So Biafra now is now a trap for Biafran's entrepreneurs. That is why I'm taking time. If you don't fund your freedom, today is our fundraising. Your name is sorry. All the Biafran entrepreneurs now, the business that and businesses generate enormous tax revenue. We know that very well, and that is why Biafrans are their target. Their region now has one of the highest rates of economic activity. You see, because Usman Danfodio said that the South will be feeding the northern part, because all the highest revenue, all the economic activities is coming from the southern part of that terrorist country called Nigeria, which is Biafra land. And that is what is happening till date. They pack our resources and go to the north. But when they borrow money, they give it to the northern part. Now that it is time to pay, they will now include us. We are not benefiting from the borrowing, yet we are expected to bear the burden of repayment. So here is where the tax reform forgery now connect. The provision that were secretly added to that bill, which we will discuss later after this section, you know, it has to do with the coercive powers. We are going to talk on that, and the garnishment without court orders, and the USD calculation. All these are part of what was picked out from that tax reform. These are enforcement mechanisms designed to squeeze us, to squeeze our revenue from whoever can pay. And who are those that can pay? It is not the northerners that have low income activity. It is the Biafran people. It is the Biafran people that will make this payment. So when these people now came to train Nigerians, tax officials to be more efficient, they are helping Nigeria implement international tax standards. And all while the underlying system remains corrupt. Did you follow what I'm saying? So now France now entered that picture, bam, because France is a member of OECD is a member. So now France has its own interest in Nigeria resources and market. So when France now sees a sign, a secret security agreement with Nigeria, he jumped at it. You see? So most likely this is a coordination thing, and France provides security support to help the Nigerian terrorist government maintain this territorial integrity and suppress international people like us, decent people like us. That is what is playing out here. So in exchange, what will France get? France will get access to Nigerian market and resources. France will get access to Nigerian data through this tax, what is it called? Technology that they have brought in, to expose all your data. So this is a new colonization that is coming in again, operating through multiple channels. They are operating through security agreements, development assistance, tax reform, name it. So now I want us to use this question and elaborate on your point before we go to the next one. If Biafrans, because this is about Biafrans, if Biafrans remain inside Nigeria, please take note of this question. And we are not funding the same system. We are not funding the same system that militarizes our nation, suppresses our agitation, and transfer our wealth abroad under the banner of international cooperation. What we are now funding, sorry. If Biafrans remain inside Nigeria, and we are now funding the same system that militarizes our land, the same system that suppresses our freedom or agitation and transfers our wealth abroad under the banner of international cooperation, what should Biafrans do? What should Biafrans do? That is the question right now. I'm going to read it again. And please, when you are giving, so that why I'm taking time, I have to explain. But the answer to this question comes from what I have explained. So we'll just be using like 4 minutes to answer the question, and then give example, or don't just answer. Because the question, what should Biafrans do? I'm going to read it again. You can also put your answer in the comment section, please. If Biafrans remain inside Nigeria, and we are now funding the same system that militarizes our land, suppresses our freedom, and transfers our wealth abroad under the banner, unquote, of international cooperation. What should Biafrans do right now? That is the question.
Thank you. Should I answer?
Go ahead, Mama. You are the co-host.
Thank you. Because now we have redeclared Biafra. Well over 15 million Biafrans voted yes to exit Nigeria. The next is to liberate our land. So we are supposed to be in full business of liberating our land and funding our recognition. That's what we're supposed. We are supposed to like on a full mode of liberating our land, which is also the so. And in for the liberation of our land to be very effective and very active, functional. Give me another word. We are supposed to be funding it. So we must not lack in funding. Today is Saturday and is our fundraising. So we are all expected to be there. Put in any amount you have. It goes a long way. This morning I was seeing, some Fulani jihadist terrorists in our land. They captured. Guys, I hope you saw it. If not, I'll go and look for it and post it. And they're all Fulanis. They're all Fulani from Kanu in our own land. Can you imagine? What are they doing there? And they're wearing this military uniform. So Nigeria military has become Boko Haram Nigerian military because they have enrolled Boko Haram into Nigerian military. So they are now wearing the uniform officially and they are killing citizens anyhow. And they don't care. So at the end of the day, what we have to do now is to a full mode in funding our liberation and our recognition. Thank you.
Guinea Mama, thank you so much. That was a quick one. Yeah, no other person wants to speak. Is there any other person that wants to try the question? I'm going to read it again. Please, you can put your, I told you it's going to be interactive. Oh. The question says, if Biafrans remain inside Nigeria and we are now funding the same system. Please, can you hear me because my screen is blurred?
Yes,
Okay. Now, and we are funding the same system that militarizes our land and is suppressing our freedom and is transferring our wealth abroad under the banner of international cooperation, what I just finished explaining. What should Biafrans do right now? Hearing all that I have explained, before we go to the forgery scandal of this same tax, what should Biafrans do right now is the question.
Sorry. Tutos, can I go on?
Yeah, go on. Welcome, Toti. Go on.
Okay, thank you very much, Tutos, for hosting us. The question that you asked, what should Biafra do at this point in time? What Biafra is supposed to do, just like the way senior citizen just answered that question. There is no two ways about it. It's for the Biafran people to start supporting what the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing by optioning out from that demonic union called Nigeria. And sometimes when we come out here to read out these facts that are out there to some of the Biafran people that are still standing on the fence, or maybe saying that whatever the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing doesn't concern them. And you said something earlier on in 2000 when you were making your submission. You said something about the tax reform that is happening in the so-called Nigeria, that some people took out time to read through that tax reform. That reform is not what their presidency is telling them. And that is what we are also doing here, bringing out all those facts and figures to the Biafran people for them to understand what is really happening in that contraction and what is going to happen to them tomorrow. Because whatever that is happening to the Biafran people today is just the tip of the iceberg. The colonialists and the colonizers are now moving fast because they have seen the momentum that we, the Biafran people, most especially the Biafran Republic government in exile and our lobbyists, is doing over there in Washington, D.C. So they are trying to renegotiate your destiny once more again. And if you continue to be financing the negotiation or the sponsor or continue to sponsor your slavery in that contraction, you are not doing yourself any good but bad, because from what the tutors have read out here regarding this tax reform that is going on, and this so-called tax without borders, they are trying to renegotiate your destiny. That is what they are trying to do. And they have a target. The target is the Biafran people, because tutors have said it here already. Now, France will monitor. You see, some of you that thought that maybe you are businessmen in Nigeria, they are coming for every one of you. Sometimes we say economic jihad, economic jihad. We only look at the Fulani people. But the question I want to ask every one of you, who set the template for the Fulani people to follow? Who set that template? The Fulanis are not the ones that set that template that they are playing over there in Nigeria. There are some certain group of people that felt that this world belongs to them, that felt that the land of Biafra belongs to them, that is their only God-given right to control the world. They are the people that set that template that the Fulani people are following, that they have been using to massacre your women and children, using it to cause pain in your lives. And this topic is a vast topic that goes, it's not only for the Biafran people, it also, it also concerns some of those people that call themselves one Nigerians in that contraction, because they are coming. France will target all those your businesses now that they have involved in the tax reform of that country, Nigeria. They will monitor the money flow, where the money is coming from, where the money is going, what is bringing that money, how is that money is being generated, and they will flood your market with competition. They will flood your market with competition. At the end of the day, they will take away those businesses from all of you. And at the end of the day, you all will now become so powerless to fight for your freedom. But now is the right time for every one of you to approach the Biafran Republic government in exile. The Biafran people have a bank. You can also bring that your money to IOU, where that money will be saved. Because what they want to do now is to do what? Is to how am I going to put this thing? They want to paralyze the Biafran movement. They want to paralyze the Biafran people, so at the end of the day, we will not have a voice or the finances to fight for our freedom. So they are coming for every one of you. Whatever that is happening there does not concern the Fulani man, because whatever tax that they claim that they are, reforming in that contraction, the Fulani man will not pay. It is you, the Biafran people. So they are coming for your business, and if you know what is best for you now, is for you to start funding your freedom on how to option out from that contraption by liberating your land and also financing the recognition of your country in Washington DC. So, tutors, I would like to leave my mic here for now. Thank you very much. If you're there, you can have the mic.
Thank you. Thank you, Toti. So we are told to answer the question and then later we'll go into the full topic. I hope I'm correct. Okay, so we move. Tutor, you have the mic. Thank you. Omali Changwa, do you want to also answer the question? Or we move? Okay, so Tutor, you have back your mic. Thank you.
Okay, my beautiful co-host. So does it mean that everybody in this place is only a Toti and my co-host that heard what was I audible at all?
We had the
Yeah, I was searching for the video. I don't even anybody has that video where the lawmakers lamented on the tax fraud thing. I don't know. Toti, do you have it with you? I'm searching. I can't retrieve it right now.
Okay, if you want to search for it, you search for it while we elaborate what you said
Yeah,
before.
go ahead. Let
So
me search because I want
okay.
to use that video for the next one.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me check for it
So
and send
talking
to you as
about
well.
the tax reform, when you hear Nigeria talk about tax reform, tax reforms normally it's supposed to be like a balanced plan for taxation, for a nation, where that taxing can lead to a reasonable, people around who have a reasonable health care, the citizens will be able to, it means more money into their pockets, to the lower class, just like what America is doing these days. They got a lot of money out of reducing, removing a lot of tax plans they put that were, shrinking the citizens' pockets. But you see, the answer is the opposite to Nigeria. There is a corrupt, number 7 rated corrupt nation all over the whole country, all over the whole world. To tax reformation in Nigeria will be, it's called economic jihad reformation or reforms. It means a suffocation on the citizens' economy. It means a debt on the citizens, particularly the Christians, because you see, the Muslims, they don't pay tax. The people that pay tax are the Christians. Muslims will tell you, see, our Sharia law, this is why they also want this Sharia law, so they can escape and so that they can avoid, so that they will not participate in what others are doing or contribute to the growth of the government. You understand? Because what they like is a life like in the medievals. That's what they want. Living life backward. That's what they want. They hate civilization. This classical civilization that is all over in the whole other part of the world. Even their brothers and their sisters are traveling abroad to do that. They lack it. I stop here. Thank you.
Wow, Mama, thank you. That is why I love you as a co-host. Yeah, Toti, I will also send it to you as a backup. Oh, because small time and they will kick out Mama, senior citizen. Yeah, thank you so much. You did amazingly great. I've seen the video. If not for this man, I don't know what would have become of all the people in that contraption called Nigeria. Let me play it. Let me play it.
For breach of privilege has been committed, or referring the matter to the Committee of Ethics and Privileges. Still, if the matter is raised in the Committee of the Whole, the chairman shall leave the chair on the order to report progress. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm here today because my privilege has been breached as a member of this all-important House, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, we passed the tax laws on this floor, and Mr. Speaker, I took my time in the last 3 days to look at the gazetted pass copy, the vote and proceedings of the House of Representatives, and also went an extra mile to look at the vote and proceedings of the Senate of what was harmonized. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, what I passed on this floor is not what is gazetted. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I have all the copies, but I'm coming under privilege because I was here, I gave my vote, and it was counted, and I'm seeing something completely different. So on that note, on this privilege, I will call on Mr. Speaker to graciously look at what was harmonized, what is in the gazetted copy, what was passed in the House and the Senate. You will find out what is before Nigerians, which is being sold to Nigerians at the Ministry of Information, which I personally went to buy the gazetted copies, are not what was passed. So there is no motion here, but Mr. Speaker, I'll be pleading that all the documents should be brought before the Committee of the Whole. The whole members should see what is in the gazetted, should see what they passed on the floor, so that we can make the relevant amendments. Mr. Speaker, this is the breach of the Constitution, this is the breach of our laws, and this should not be taken by this honorable House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Abdul Your observation is noted and action will be taken. I assure you that.
That is the normal response you get from a terrorist country called Nigeria. I will play that video again so that we match it with what I want to say. And please, I will not be able to cover everything. Whatever you can add. You can prepare yourself, and then when you pick the mic, please, you can add. And as you are joining, kindly share the space. We are not going to stay longer. Please share the space so that others can join. So let's just look at what happened with this forgery scandal. Yes, as the man rightly said, the National Assembly passed that tax reform bill. You could hear what he said. And there were debates. I've already explained how these bills, the process before bills is approved. And you could hear when I say that the Senate will draft their own. It has to be the same with the National Assembly. They mesh it together. It must have the same context, the same meaning. Everything must be the same. Then if there's anything to amend, they will, and that is exactly what the man has confirmed now. So they debated on it, and then they were concerned from the northern governors and the traditional rulers. They were back and forth between the executive and the legislators, and eventually, after negotiations and amendments, both chambers passed the bill, as you rightly heard from the representative, the lawmaker. Now, Tinubu signed them into law. and everyone thought it was the end of it. But then something extraordinary happened, which you heard what the man said, that Nigerian actually read the gazetted version of it. And then when they compared the gazetted version with the version of the National Assembly that was passed, they found significant differences in it. And they were like, wait a minute, what is happening? And all this is as a result of, for the first time in history. So what is this telling us? For me, it's like there are so many laws and bills that have been passed before, and they went back and alter it. You see? So I'll also make reference to those that I'm suspecting were the ones, the department that altered this bill. You see how Sharia came into the constitution blindly? That if they catch you now, they amputate your hand, they will say you stole this, you did that, they cut off your hand. This is how they encrypted Sharia into the 1999 constitution without people knowing. Because I believe if they have had a second reading eye or a third party reading eye, they would have seen that Sharia has been implemented into their constitution. You see? So the law that was published, the law that is now being enforced is totally different from the law that your elected, that is the Nigerian terrorist representative, they were elected actually voted for. Totally different. You see? So this is not about a typing error, mbao, or maybe changes that occurred during maybe due to formatting. Mba, it is not. We are talking about substantial provision that give government agencies powers that were never debated, powers that were never approved by the National Assembly. All those have been encrypted into this law, and Nigerians do not know, except that this lawmaker had to go get the gazetted copy, read it, and found out that this is totally different from what they approved. So now let's look at what exactly was added to it. I will just try and explain to the best of my ability. And the effect of it as well, if we Biafrans refuse to fund our freedom and get out completely from this terrorist country called Nigeria. So coercive arrest powers was one of the things that they added into that gazetted version. So it included expanded powers for tax agencies to arrest individuals without some of the due processes of safeguard that were in the original bill. So in the original bill, if a tax agency wants to arrest you, there are procedures they have to follow. Maybe they have to check your income, maybe they have to ask you questions, anything, but there was a process. But what happened in this one that have given them this extra power, these expanded powers on this agency? There is no procedure, nothing. They just catch you, bagam. You face the consequences. This is what is happening in Sharia, unquote. They grab you, they arrest you, no question, they amputate you or they burn you. They don't care whether you are a Christian or you're a Muslim or you even understand their rules or that, nothing. All that they're after is immediate action for you to face the consequences, whether you believe in their system or not. So this is what they added to this gazetted version of it, the altered one. So in practice, it means, a tax official can arrest you easily. No protection for your rights, nothing. So your representative debated, and then they agreed on certain safeguards to protect its citizens, which are the Nigerians, because we don't have business from them. So they put that clause for you not to be harassed. That protection guard was fixed in the original bill that they signed. But in the version that was published, those safeguards have been weakened and completely removed. So that is the extended power that they added in this one that they altered. And then they now implemented garnishment without court order. This is what is even troubling the most. The garnishment, to a layman's language, the government can seize your money at any time directly from your bank and you cannot do anything. Who are those that have money in Nigeria? Biafrans. Who are those doing business in Nigeria? Biafrans. Who are those stacking the money in their bank? Biafrans. You see what is happening? So the government can seize your property directly from your bank. They can seize your house. You can just wake up, Back up, they tell you, we don't want you in this house again. This house is not your own. So the legislator wanted court oversight for this. So meaning that a judge would have to approve it first. Before they seize your property, before they take your money from the bank, a judge must give approval before this can be done. But now, the gazetted version allows tax agencies to do this without going to court, without even hearing from you. So you can just wake up one morning, your business account is frozen, and you not hold anybody accountable for it. Your assets will be seized. You cannot go to court. You cannot hold anybody accountable. So you have no opportunity to defend yourself before a judge. So the tax agency decide, you owe money. And they look into it without without judicial oversight. So that is not the tax collection. It is a state robbery, which is the same practice that they are practicing in the northern state of Nigeria. That's what they are doing. So that is the implication of it. That is what the lawmaker spotted out. That is number two. And number three, the compulsory USD computation in it. Remember, I told you, I'll tell you why everything in Nigeria now has to be given in USD. The law now requires certain tax calculation to be done in USD dollars. US dollars. Are you following me? And if this is done, who benefits from it? When the Naira weakens now, what it has been doing consistently under Tinubu, we know that Naira has been weakened completely. So your tax burden now automatically increases in Naira terms. So even if your income has not changed, you are paying more tax because of exchange rates. I don't know why Biafrans are not coming together so that we can leave this terrorist country called Nigeria. Are you following what I'm saying? So this effectively ties every Nigerian citizen tax obligation to foreign exchange rate. This fluctuation that is happening, that have no control. Nobody has control over it. So whatever tax you'll be paying according to the exchange rate. That is why they have compulsorily added US dollars to it in the tax that you pay. So they equate what you are paying according to the exchange rate, and you are definitely going to pay higher. There is also mandatory appeal security deposit. This is what even pains me the most, my people. This is what pains me the most. If you disagree with the tax assessment that has been given to you and want to challenge it, my people, you must first deposit money. You must deposit a substantial sum of money as a security. Just like you want to call police will tell you they don't have petrol in the car, you must pay for petrol. Oh, God of mercy. You will give this security deposit before your case can ever be heard. So now look at small businesses or even ordinary citizens. This is effectively a denial of justice. So you might be right, the tax agency might be wrong, but if you can't afford to deposit hundreds of thousands or even millions upfront, you can't fight the assessment that they've given to you. That is the implication of it. So this provision essentially says justice is only for those who can afford it. And their target is always on the poor masses. All that we are saying, no senator, no northerner, no corrupt politicians will go through all these laws that they've made it here. Are you following what I'm saying? And they also added expanded definition of taxable entities. So some versions included broader definitions of who and what can be taxed, capturing activities and entities that were previously exempted from paying tax. So now they've expanded it. These are not minor technical adjustments. No, it is something that somebody did intentionally. Fundamental changes to the balance of power between the state and the citizen. And they were never voted for or even voted on by the National Assembly. Thank God for this a lawmaker that read it. If not, as we are talking like this, what do you think would have happened? What do you think would have happened? So who changed the bill is my question. Who changed the bill? Is the question I've been asking myself since I came across this video. Who actually changed this bill? How did this happen? Who is responsible? This is just my own belief, because I need to understand the process of gazetting laws. I needed to understand, so that I can have an understanding of how this law was altered. Because after Tinubu signed a bill, it goes to the Federal Ministry of Justice for gazetting. It goes there for gazetting. Specifically, it goes to department that handles official publication. I want to understand where they altered this thing. Then the Attorney General of the Federation, who heads the Ministry of Justice, has oversight over this process. Because currently now, the Attorney General of the Federation is a Yoruba man. He's a Yoruba man. The same man that came out and said death penalty for bandits will increase insecurity. He's a son. Oh. Few days ago, he came out and made that statement. Oh. Now, my people, you see that they are fighting Musa. I told you, Musa is just there as a figurehead Minister of Defense. Ribadu is fighting Musa. Attorney General of the Federation is fighting Musa. Matawela is fighting Musa. Yusuf is fighting Musa that they can never kill terrorists. Gumi is fighting Musa. So the Attorney General of the Federation now is a Yoruba man. You see? So he had an oversight over this process. Now, we have to now go deeper. Did he know about this alteration? I'm asking the Attorney General of the Federation. Because at least he has to know this before this scandal. Did he know about this alteration? Did he approve them? Did he order them? Or was he negligent in his own oversight? Attorney General has not answered this question because it doesn't just stop here. The gazetting process involves multiple people. Multiple people. It involves the legal officer who formatted the document. It involves the reviewers who check the accuracy. It involves supervisors who approve the publication. It also involves the printer who actually produces the gazette copy. It also involves distributors who circulated it. So it's not one man thing. So for this bill to be altered, it means someone at one or more of these stages made these changes. Yes, that is my own conclusion. Because now, if you see what is happening, no question has been answered. I'm asking, people are asking the same question that was raised by a lawmaker before the kidnap of the children in Kebbi State, school children, who gave the order for the military to be retrieved from that location. Till now, there are no answers. But what did they do? They went and paid billions of the naira to rescue those children. The same question has come up again. Who altered this law, this bill? Hmm? When and where was it altered? Nobody has given the answer. No one has been arrested. No one has been questioned publicly. No one has been fired. The government has been largely silent on this scandal, which tells you something in itself. Something is fishing somewhere. Because if this were truly a mistake, the government would have been investigating aggressively to find out and punish the culprit. But no, something is fishing. Everywhere is silent. Could it be because of Tinubu forgery history? Yes, so because we can't discuss this forgery scandal without addressing the elephant in the room. Tinubu own history with forged document. You know, this man forged everything from his birth certificate to certificate from Chicago State University, and you know the amount that he paid so that these documents will not be declassified. You see? So these were not just rumors, we know the story. So I will I will yield my mic here, and then we delve more inside it. You see, when I have three questions in this section, and then the last section we'll use that to end the space. When forced laws expand arrest powers, asset seizures, and economic strangulation, who do you think will be targeted first? Is it those that are loyal to the system, or those that are outspoken, which are Biafrans, already labeled as troublemakers? Who do you think? When forged laws expand arrest powers and seizures and economic strangulation, who do you think will be targeted first? They have forged this law, and you just heard what I read on the effect and what they have added to this law. They've expanded arrest powers. They have expanded powers for them to seize your property, seize your money without your consent. They've approved economic strangulations, which they can seize your business at any time. Who do you think will be their target first? Is it those that are loyal to their system, or Biafrans who already have been labeled as troublemakers? Why do you say so? The mic is open.
Yeah, tutors. The question is very simple. It's the outspoken ones that will be targeted first, not the ones that are loyal to the corrupt government or the caliphate. And we, as a people, as Biafrans, are the targeted people that they are that makes them to be putting all these things in place. And I really want to thank you the way you have really, did justice to this topic, even to the layman who really understand what you're trying to do here. That is, if our people can be able to wake up and understand what we, the Biafran people, most especially the Biafran Republic government in exile, is really doing, in trying to awaken their subconsciousness for them to know that Nigeria is not for them. All these tax reforms that and all these things that you're seeing are targeted on we, the Biafran people. And you ask a question, Tutos, you said they have been asking the question, even when a command was given to the soldiers that were protecting that Catholic school. No answer has been given. And again, how did this come about, this tax reform? The forgery between this their so-called tax reform. No questions, no answers have been given. The reason why, do you know the reason why no answers have been given to all these questions? Because there is an undertone to all these things. There's a reason for them doing all these things. And now tell me, everywhere is silent. Nobody is speaking. The so-called professors and intellectuals like Wole Soyinka, they will not speak now. It is when this so-called tax reform have come into full force, you will now start seeing them coming out to, to pretend as if maybe they really care. But now that this so-called tax reform is passing under review in their so-called House of Assembly and House of Representatives, you will not see these intellectuals, you will not see these dummies on Twitter coming out to counter this tax reform. It is when it has now come into full play and it has now started affecting the common citizens. That is where you now see them coming out to fight against it. Biafrans, now is the time for every one of us, because this tax reform will give the so-called Nigerian terrorist government the power to seize whatever they want to seize from you at any time, and you don't have rights to go to court to challenge it. Like people like they have been trying this thing for quite some time now. Like if you watch, the way they have been fighting the businesses of some Biafrans like Ibeto, Innocent, and the rest of them. Now, Innocent have been able, because of the former tax return, gives a cover for you to challenge whatever policies that the Nigerian terrorist government wants to impose on you or impose in your business. But this tax reform now has removed that shield. The government can wake up one morning and say, in Alaba International Market is shut down for eternity because they refuse to pay 30 trillion naira, and there's nothing none of you can do. The Nigerian terrorist government can wake up tomorrow and say, as Panda, which is trade fair, it should shut down because they have refused to pay 50 trillion naira. They can wake up and say Mandala should shut down because they refuse to pay a tax. They can impose any tax of their choice just to do what? To remove that your business from you or to bankrupt you entirely. So that is what this new tax reform that you see that they are pushing. And because it has an undertone, that is why nobody has been able to come up boldly to challenge it. They just talked about it in the House of Assembly, and envelope passed through the back channel, and everybody is now keeping silent. And now we are hearing that Tinubu has even signed, or maybe even started signing those reforms into law that will come into effect 2026. So now is the time for every one of you to wake up. Those of you that have money, all these businessmen, we have fought for you guys for so long. If you guys cannot wake up and join and start supporting what the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing, when they will come so hard on you guys, we are not going to say anything. They are coming for every one of you. The Bank of Biafra is there for you to put your money and it will be safe. Bring those money into the IOU. Let's fight this corrupt system once and for all and liberate ourselves from this injustice that is being meted on the Biafran people, because we are the target. We are the business people. We are the market. And there is a reason all these international, some of these international communities that have interest in Nigeria has been supporting the Nigerian terrorist government to keep suppressing us, because we are working for them. We are working for them. Whatever you think that you are doing there in Nigeria, you call yourself a millionaire, a businessman. Tomorrow, the Nigerian terrorist government can wake up and crumble down your business. So they want to make sure that they continue to subjugate us and oppress us. So we keep working for them. That is why it's called neo-colonialism. That is why it is called neo-colonialism. They are out. There is no more using barrels of gun and boots on the ground to force you to pick cotton. Now is pen and suits, diplomatic channels, corrupt diplomatic channels to write off your destiny and the destiny of your unborn children. They are coming and we are the target. But it's not left for every one of us to stand up, to fight against this thing, push it back, and option out from that corrupt union. So thank you very much, and tutors. I yield my mind.
Thank you so much, my co-host. We have 3 questions in this session. I think we'll only do this one and then we'll go to fundraising. There is a comment from in the comment section from Nlewem, I think Nlewem, yeah, Nlewem said the target of the zoo called Nigeria on so-called tax reform remains Biafrans. The evidence is traceable from Kashim Shetima and Abinkole Amusu leak audio. Yes, my brother. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. And he said, Biafra should do everything possible to sabotage the zoo so-called tax reform. Biafrans should fund their recognition and liberation. Thank you so much for speaking to Biafrans. And Freedom is my
Thank
right
you.
said, the only option left for us is to fund our freedom. There are no two ways about that. There are no two ways. And Augustina Ugo have shared the link. If you are in this space or you are listening to us or you listen to us later, there is a link for you to click and make your donation. Support the Biafra Republic government in exile for them to fight this fight for us. You see, our co-host just said something. Yes, you see, they will wake up one morning and close down Alaba International Market, because when they say this is the tax that you must pay, nah, we are the target. We are the target. There is nothing that you will do and they will seal your market. Did you hear what I wrote? They will seal your market. They have removed the legal process that you should take and file. It has been removed. So you are so vulnerable. Nobody, you don't have any security. You don't have any guard safeguarding your seat. No. Once they just wake up and say, this is the tax you are supposed to pay, you must pay, or they seal the market. You see, they will seal the market. Where will you run to? Now that we are telling you, come and invest in our freedom, in your own freedom. You are saying, no, it doesn't concern me. You see that Biafra, let them do as they like. It will concern you. You heard the other portion that they are placing money. If you have a wrong assessment, which definitely you will have, you will never, as a Biafran, be satisfied with the assessment they will give to you. So you want to go and appeal it. Now, according to you and your ethnicity as a Biafran, they may tell you, okay, you want to appeal, okay, you have to pay like 10 million naira or 20 million naira. Where is that money going? You just heard what what do you call these people? International Clinical Tax Without Borders said, the video I played. The man said that UN is using this platform to collect money from African countries that have been borrowing money. So Tinubu is looking for a way to pay back all the money he has been borrowing. So that is why he has introduced that as well. You must pay so that he will get that money, pay back to UN through their what is it called? Their program. Biko, remind me the name of that program, Clinical Without Borders. Tax Clinical Without Borders. Why do I like forgetting their names like this? Um, where is it? It's a word that I must really know how to memorize. All these people, you were not listening.
He said tax inspector without borders.
Yeah,
Tax.
thank you, my brother. Tax Inspectors Without Borders. That is the program that is run by UN, the same UN that has refused to speak against the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. Now, they have developed this platform for them to be getting back money from all that the African countries have borrowed from World Bank and the rest. And the number one country that is borrowing money is Nigeria. So, Tinubu have to devise means of getting that money back. And who are those that will pay that money? Biafrans will be the one to pay that money. The money that we never benefited from it, it is the northern state that benefited from it. And the southern west part that benefited from it, not Biafrans. Now, Biafrans now, through this fraud in this tax reform, they will collect your money from the backside, impose tax that you are not supposed to pay. They impose it, collect it from you to pay back the loan. You guys should begin to connect what we are saying here. It is not a child's play. It is coming. So I yield my mic here for my co-host, Mama. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Because I will soon leave to do family thing. So yeah, because I wanted to also elaborate on when you see Nigeria reforming, doing tax reforms, like they themselves, the leaders, do they pay tax? If they pay tax, the only tax they will be paying when their salaries are in trillions and millions. If all those leaders and senators and governors they pay tax, their tax alone is enough to take care of the whole citizens, but they don't. So when you hear them saying tax refund plan, it means to the city, to the poor citizens getting poorer, and they the leaders getting richer, because they will collect these tax refunds, like our sister said. Maybe Tinubu will use it and pay for all the debts he's owing, both to personal and otherwise. You understand, and pay all his mistakes on this earth. Another thing is that the tax refunds in Nigeria means stealing from the poor Nigerian citizens that the government don't care for at the first place. You know, and also, guys, maybe you guys have not even thought of this. Normally, when Islam invade you and capture you, and you also refuse to be converted to Islam, you be forced to pay a slave tax. And that is what they are indirectly calling tax refunds. You know, that is what they are calling in for, direct or indirectly, is a slave tax. You are no more free. They indirectly owe your shops, owe your businesses, owe your houses, owe everything about you. In fact, they will also own you. And that is why when they tell you, convert to Islam, and you say no, they believe they have the right to buy you. And then when they buy you, they go to their paradise. That is why 4 to 5 days ago, Nigerian government bandits walked into a Christian community and killed well over 11 Christians. And then the ones that are left alive will be forced to pay slave tax. So, sister, this their tax refund they are talking about is a slave tax, direct or indirectly. Thank you for the opportunity you have given me. Bye. I'm going to cook. Sis, good job. Bye.
Yeah, tutors, are you there? Yeah, thank you very much, senior citizen Stella, for that wonderful submission. We are telling our people now what is to come, and some of them are still feeling that maybe we are troublemakers, just like Tutor said that they have labeled us troublemakers in that contraption. We are not troublemakers. We are only outspoken and fighting against oppressive government and regimes that are vowed to suppress and annihilate the so-called citizens that they swore to protect at the end of the day. And even though, why are they even taxing Nigerians? Let's talk about that a little bit. Why are they even taxing Nigerians? That is the question Nigerians supposed to be asking their so-called government. What are the infrastructures put in place that prompt or warrant the Nigerian government to be taxing its citizens? Is there good roads in Nigeria? Is there pipe-borne waters in Nigeria? Is there lights, 24 hours electricity in Nigeria? Is there security in Nigeria? So the so-called Nigerians, what they're supposed to be asking their government, why are you taxing us? Because from my own understanding, in civilized countries and in a civilized world, the reason why government tax its citizens is for them to be able to maintain those infrastructures that has been put in place for the use of its citizens. That's the reason why government tax its citizens. Because all the mineral resources in Nigeria that is being sold illegally, because because the last time I checked, I thought they said they don't even have they don't have money in their treasury. So where are all this money going to? All these resources that are being carted away from Nigeria on a daily basis, 24/7. Ships are coming, trucks are coming to take, planes are coming to pack out of that country. Those money are the money that are supposed or that are meant to build infrastructures like roads, hospitals, good schools, basic amenities, good road networks. Does Nigeria have any good road network? They don't have. That is why in Lagos today, somebody that is working in VIA and lives in mainland, we have to wake up 3 or 4 a.m. early in the morning to pass through the hustle and bustle of that road to go to work. And when coming back, the same thing. And at the end of the day, the government will say tax you after putting you through so much stress and pain. Anyway, that's not our concern. But as humanists, we need to be, drawing the attention of the so-called one Nigeria, because more hardship. Because even today, the government is not even creating jobs. I can boldly say 70% or 65% of Nigerians today are self-employed, self-made. They create their own jobs. They build their own house. They build their own road. They even create their own security. They pay for their own security. The government is not doing anything for its citizens. So why is that government even talking or even saying anything about tax? But we all know the undertone behind all this tax reform, etc., is to target the Biafran people. And we should not also forget, when Musa was still the chief defense staff of the so-called Nigerian terrorist army, he said, attack the phones. And they have been trying everything humanly possible to attack the phones of the Biafran people, in making sure that they weaken our resolve as a people to option out from that demonic union called Nigeria. Even the so-called terrorist sympathizer that is the vice president of the Nigeria said it on an audio leak that spread across the whole world. Said they will come for you people. They will take away those businesses that you're doing and replace you with their brothers. And if none of their brothers are fit to do that business, they will invite foreigners to come and do that business. Or you think that template, at least many of us have come across that interview where Ahmadu Bello, their so-called founding father, regarding this their Islamization agenda, when a British journalist interviewed him, he said if they did not find the capable hands among themselves, they will invite foreigners to come and do that job. Instead of you, dear friends, will do that job. Instead for them to give you that job, they will invite outsiders to come and do that job for them. Or we have forgotten what the Usman Danfodio template is all about. Is to suppress you until they conquer you. And they will never stop. And they will continue coming in different forms and abilities in making sure that they crumble your economic prowess at the end of the day. I know some of us, we say, sometimes we boast. They cannot do anything. Igbo people are blessed with business ideas and the rest of it. You are joking. If they told them, the people of Babylon, that Babylon will fail, they will not believe. Keep deceiving yourself and folding your hands there and say nothing will happen, nothing will happen. It's happening right before your faces. They are playing the politics on how to bring you down, on how to make you financially incapacitated, so they can continue to keep you enslaved forever and ever, because that is the only plans they have for the Biafran people. The continuous subjugation of the Biafran people in making sure we did not break free from that contraption. And there's a reason for them doing that. So that is why every one of us need to wake up now. They are coming. This new tax reform will deal with a lot of you, most especially you people in those markets. It will deal with many of you, those of you in Ladipo, those of you in Aspanda, those of you in Alaba International Market and the rest of it. They will deal with you. You know they have been coming. Sometimes they will come, they will seal Ladipo. Sometimes they will come, they will seal Aspanda, and they will say that they will tell Ladipo to pay this and pay that, and the market organization will go to court before you know they will. But this time you don't have that privilege. That is what they are telling you, that the government have rights to impose tax on you or your businesses, and you cannot do anything. You just need to comply. They don't need to go and seek for court injunction or for court papers to come and say, okay, this is what we want to do. Tinubu can wake up tomorrow and say, oh, it has been long, I've been eyeing Ladipo market. I want to take control of that place and bring in the Chinese. And he will do it. They tried it in Alaba International Market. They tried it in Alaba International Market. They are now bringing the Chinese into Alaba International Market. The last time you saw when they went there to demolish shops that were built newly, they said that those shops are old shops, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, the land was meant to be sold to the Chinese people. They are playing the politics before your own very eyes. But you know, it's Biafran people, when it comes to politics, we don't do well in politics. And that is why I would like to urge every Biafrans, let's start paying attention to politics, most especially to world politics, so we can be able to get ourselves inclined when the world is trying to sell our destinies. We don't read. We just read headlines. And that is why in Nigeria today, you see rumor flies very fast because people follow headline. Once you just put one headline, boom. Okay, Kere is a madman. Hey, you will see everybody will carry it. Ah, yes, they have been saying it is a madman. They will not even go to see if really Ogen Kere, what the story is all about, the full story about Ogen Kere, because they hate Ogen Kere. They despise him. So they want his downfall, even no matter what he does or what he's doing, that is keeping them safe. The Biafran Defense Forces are doing their best in making sure your land still stands. The Biafran Republic government in exile are pushing the diplomatic warfare in Washington, D.C. And instead of you to come and support what the Biafran people are doing, so we can be able to liberate our lands together and also fight for recognition, you keep gossiping. Why the enemies keep planning, you keep sleeping, you keep gossiping. The enemies are planning. Every minute, every seconds of the day, they are planning. They are gathering intel, they are gathering informations about you there, sitting down there. Feeling ignorant of what the Biafran people are doing. They are coming for that money. All those of all of you out there, all these small odogu, they are coming for every one of you. They are coming, and you will give accounts. This one, Obi Kubana is running up and down. No, this they will just come and take all his property and tell him to come and display, and he will explain, I explain, I explain, and I explain. Tire. Tomorrow they will wake up. They will call chief priest come and he will explain and explain and explain and explain. Tire. Tomorrow it might be you, Odogu or Chiaga. They will come and take everything and call you to come and explain. You will explain and explain. Tire. You guys don't even know what is coming. Yeah, tutors, are you free now? Are you there? Let me know if you're there. So
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
okay, okay. If you want to pick up the mic, you're free to pick up the mic now. Are you?
Yeah. Thank you so much, my co-host. Thank you for holding on this space. I really appreciate you. And Stella had gone. She said she has a family things to attend to. I think only 5 people shared the space. I don't know why others refuse to share. Or are you a sabo? You don't want your people to know that you have aligned yourself with Briggy? Share the space. I'll soon end the space because today is our fundraising. I didn't want to stay so long. Yeah. So you see, Biafrans, I decided to talk more on this tax reform to let Biafrans know, and then they also do their own research and add it and really understand that they are very, very vulnerable with this tax reform. It is not something to play with, you see. Now, look at what they have done in the terrorist country called Nigeria. You've seen the budget. I didn't just want to talk about that. I didn't want to. Oh, yeah, I guess I sent co-host to you when Stella left. I don't know if you've seen it. I didn't just want to talk about Tinubu's budget with security because we may not finish it today. It is very, very shameful that while their citizens are being killed, they are there celebrating, spending money. They don't care about whatever happens to their citizens. It is very, very alarming. There is no food. They are dying of hunger. So let's look at this other part because I kept 3 interactive questions for this section. Now that we know Nigeria can forge laws to legally rob, arrest, and silence people, if Biafrans do not fund their own legal defense, diplomacy, media, and self-determination structure. Who exactly do we expect to protect us? Is it these same fraudulent Nigerian terrorists that we expect them to protect us? That is the question. That is the question right now we want to talk on. Having heard all that I've read, all that I've been able to, analyze to the best of my ability. If I did not do well, please, you are free to use this and expand more on it. You've also heard from Totti. He had done justice to it. Even our senior citizen, Stella, she also contributed to it. So now that we know that Nigeria can forge laws, because this is forgery, to legally rob, arrest you as a Biafran, if you do not fund your own legal defense, your diplomacy, your media, yes, and self-determination structures, who exactly do we expect to protect us? Is it the same fraudulent state that we are expecting to protect us as Biafrans? With all these red flags that they've sent to you, that is the thing we have to talk on now. I don't know if anybody is ready to speak on that. And before we go to that section, I saw Kashmir. Is this the Canada rape? Kashmir, can you identify yourself? Kashmir, I don't know if you are close to your mic. Can you give thumbs up if you are the Canadian rape? I think he's not close to his mic. Okay. Kashmir, are you there? I think he's not the one. Anyway.
Is he requesting for Mike?
No, I just wanted to know if he's the one so that I can follow him back. I saw that the account is the X was open to this September 2025. So I wanted to know if he's the one so that I can follow him back. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Go on.
So Biafrans, let me just touch this Tinubu's security thing. Then from there I'll end the space. I think people are not ready to speak. They are preparing for the fundraising, and then there's no need to keep us here online. I finished the message I came with for today. My co-host, should I go ahead? Are you free to be with me?
Go ahead, go ahead. Tutor, there's something I want to tell you. You know, topics like this, sometimes too much question and answer is not even very good for some topics like this, because the way you have presented the topic and also did justice to the topic is very clear even to a layman. You understand? So, and topics like this always, there's a way it gets to our people. So, let it not look as if people don't want to speak. They are processing. They're processing everything that you have said here. They're processing their thoughts regarding everything that you have said here. I know what I'm telling you, because topics like these are very, very critical. And then just thank you for bringing it up. Although some of our people might not find it conducive, but it's very, very, very important for them to understand what the Nigerian terrorist government are planning for them and what is to come. So it will not look as if, we are always ahead of every event that has been happening in that so-called contraction called Nigeria. Even when our supreme leader was here with us, sometimes some of us, we don't know the spirit that propels us in propagating this gospel for freedom. It's not ordinary sometimes. That is why our leader will say, find maybe failure. The spirit always comes to the good people. That good spirit will come, and just like even though in the Bible, it's all about prophecy, what will happen, what happened then is what is happening now, because even Jesus Christ is a freedom fighter. When he came to this world, he came to fight for his people. He came and died for his people. Just the way people are dying for our freedom today. Just the way our supreme leader is suffering for this freedom today, and also our prime minister, and every one of us, most especially some of us are now in exile. We can't even go back home. The way some prophets went on exile, even Jesus Christ, when he was born, they have to take him out from Judea to Egypt. He went on exile. You understand? So
Yeah.
our people should get there. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You see, even while I was preparing, it is so scary for our people, you know. It is very, very scary what this fraud, this tax fraud is all about. It is very scary. It is something that we really need to, you know, put our heads down and understand the template that the terrorist government called Nigeria has prepared for Biafrans. And the earlier we realize it and fund our freedom and leave them, the better for us, because we are their target. All these things that they are doing will never, never affect anybody from the northern part of the terrorist country called Nigeria, because they are not doing business. They don't have the money. So the targets are Biafrans. So yeah, it's okay. It's not easy. If you have a family member back home who is not supporting this freedom and the person have money, let your brother or your sister or your relative know what is coming, because they will not discuss this in their channels, television and all that. They will not. Their mainstream media will not discuss this. They will conceal it because they know once they open their mouth and expose it, Biafrans now will be alert. Everybody will be alert. So they will start the way they were starting to, you know, arrest people that are not obeying their Sharia law. Gradually, gradually, if we give them the chance, they will now overrun us. That is the template that they've come up with. So as we said, they can just wake up one morning and say, okay, Ladipo should pay this amount for tax. And there's nothing you can do about it. You have to pay, or they seal the market. That is the truth. You cannot contest because they have removed all that. So they have told them to go back and review and bring back the old bill that they signed. But that is Nigeria for you. They will bribe them the same way that they have bribed them yesterday to, you know, to forget about the 2025 budget that Tinubu did not implement. They just say, okay, collect $30,000 each of you. This one collect 50,000. They have buried it. They've swept it under the carpet. So they can as well forgo what is happening. So okay, Kalas, Tinubu will say, okay, take $100,000, forget about it. You know, let us publish this bill and it will fly. There is nothing you can do about it. Look at now what I want to talk about, the security for allies while there is terror for citizens. That is what I want to talk on now, so that we know that we don't have a place in that terrorist country called Nigeria. We have to fund. That is the only way out. Senator Babio, the criminal, said during the budget presentation, if you go back and listen, he said, I'm going to read what he said exactly. As we direct the security agencies, listen, to withdraw policemen from critical areas, some is not like a father interceding for his children. He said, some of the National Assembly members said, I should let you know that they may not be able to go home today. And on that note, we plead with Mr. President for a review of the decision. Why do you think Akpabio had the gut to speak this? Because they've collected bribe. They've collected bribe. 30,000, $50,000 in dollars. So they're now coming with another appeal now. Oh, remember that it was trending 2 weeks ago that they will withdraw police or military personnel from all their VIPs, and they kicked against it. One man in the chamber said, so they will now become the target. They've forgotten about the citizens that they are kidnapping every day, chopping off their heads, burying them alive, cutting them into pieces. They forgot about the citizens. They're only after themselves. And what is his name? Akpabio now found a very nice avenue to say, oh, President, your children are crying. They said as we direct the security agencies to withdraw policemen from, listen, I want you, I'm coming. I want you to listen to what this man said. From critical areas, I'm coming there. You see, so Tinubu now say, okay, he just shake his head. I'm waiting to hear the outcome from Tinubu. Now, I want to unpack this sentence because every word has a meaning. Akpabio said, as we direct security agencies to withdraw policemen from critical areas. Underline that, withdraw policemen. As we direct, who are the we? All of them in that chambers. As we underline. Direct to security personnel, underline. What were they supposed to do? To do what? Withdraw who? Policemen from where? Critical areas. Did you get that? So this means government was trying to redeploy some police officers from VIP protection duties to protect ordinary Nigerians in an area facing security, serious insecurity. Did you hear that? As we direct security agencies to do what? Withdraw policemen. So they've already sent policemen to those critical areas that are facing insecurity. Now they have directed the security agencies to withdraw them. I don't know if I'm making sense here. I don't know. I don't know. Do you what? So they were trying to redeploy some policemen officers from VIP protection duties to protect ordinary Nigerians. We saw this 2 weeks ago. Now, he said some National Assembly members said they may not be able to go home today. I'm using the word of Akpabio for this space now. They may not be able to go home today. So legislators now are so afraid for their personal safety that without armed escort, beginning from the son of a Tinubu Sheyi, that will go with like 20 police escorts. So they are now afraid that without armed escort, they literally cannot go home because this is festive period. They must go home. So they are trapped in Abuja. Do you follow it? Afraid to return to their constituencies. They are trapped there. They are looking for extra protection. Meanwhile, their citizens are out there. They are killing them. They are burying them alive. They are burning them alive. They are doing everything like Enugu. How many camps did we hear the terrorists have stationed there? Up to 20 camps. What are they doing there? To get ready for the last order. Slaughter Biafrans. And Biafrans are busy doing buying and selling, forgetting that they will use one night to finish all of them. Compare the terrorists in Enugu to our BDF, who are professionally trained to engage these terrorists. It will not take them up to 5 minutes. These terrorists will be gone. But something is delaying them from chasing them out of those camps, from chasing them out of the forest in Biafra land. This is why you have to fund. Now you've seen clearly that instead of Akpabio to intercede for your own security, he's now telling the security agencies to withdraw policemen from critical areas and assign them to their VIPs, to their politicians for safety so that they can go home. You see? Now, let me, what is it? So they are afraid to go home. Now, we plead with Mr. President for a review. I'm using Akpabio's word. These are not my words. We, you see the we, not only him, we the senators, we the House of Assembly members, we now, because all of them converge together, we plead with the president for a, did you see them come together to plead for your security? The answer is no. Did you see them come together to plead for this fraudulent tax reform? The answer is no. We plead. So instead of saying, yes, we understand Nigerians need protection, they are begging to keep their personal security, even though their constituents are being killed daily. They don't care. They need protection for their wives. They need protection for their children. How about you, a common man? Nothing for you. So this was Akpabio, who is now speaking on behalf of the National Assembly, begging Tinubu not to remove police protection from their legislators. And this happened while presenting a budget that includes 5.41 trillion for security and defense in 2026, which they have already collected bribe to approve this budget. Look at the kind of country that we are sharing with. We must leave this terrorist country. Now, the largest sectoral allocation in the entire budget is for security and defense. Who will take this money? Nothing more than the terrorists. Because they are still owing terrorists. They have only paid terrorists 2.7 billion out of the 50 plus that the terrorists demanded. They are still owing terrorists. So Nigeria is spending 5.41 trillion on security, but the people's representative are too afraid to go home. without armed escort. So if security spending is, is at record, this is recording this high, why is insecurity also recording high? Every year they will quote billions, trillions for insecurity, and the higher the amount they quote, the higher the insecurity. So it reveals the truth about Nigeria's security policy. It's not designed to make Nigeria secure. No, it has been designed to keep the personnel, the legislators, those elites secure while everyone else suffers. Nigeria only favor one sector. If you now look at the House of Representative members, more than 80% are from the northern part of that terrorist country called Nigeria. So Nigeria is running two-tier security system. The one for the elite, who they have given security, like the vice president, the governors, all those senators, all those ministers, all those top military officers, wealthy businessmen that are able to pay for their security, like all those are celebrities in Biafra land who don't have brain. You see, all those that can go with 15 to 30 vehicles in their convoys, parading, they have, live in fortified compounds, they have to pay. And they also have the other one for ordinary citizens. Are you hearing me? Those are your family members, your neighbors. They don't have any concern with their security. You can't even drive from Abuja to Kaduna. You can't even drive from Abuja to Biafra land without significant risk of being kidnapped by bandits. Who set up those roadblocks? And when the bandits get money from you, that is if you have the billions to pay, they will still send this money back to them. That is the circle. You cannot farm in your own land, in Biafra land, in Enugu. That is also our own farmyard for us to survive. In Benue, it is called the basket, or you can call basket, the nation basket, whatever they call it. What of our Enugu? Look at the yam that we harvest from there. Look at the okra. You cannot farm there. You cannot send your children to even boarding school. You cannot, because terrorists will kill them. You cannot even travel by train, even if you are going from Abuja, without worrying about terrorists. Abuja to the northern part, because of course in our territory, there is no railway for us to travel. If they try it, all of you will die one day, because terrorists will kidnap you. You see? So, Akpabio, when the government tried to withdraw even some personnel from VIP protection and redeploy them to protect ordinary citizens, the elites are panicking. No, don't withdraw. They are not worried about your own safety. They were terrified for their own safety. So what happens to the citizen? And they successfully pressured Tinubu to reverse the decision. This is the same Tinubu that came out and brag, I am coming. I'm coming to him. Came out and brag how he will sanction and call every other group. I'm coming there. So your life doesn't matter in Nigeria. Your life only matter in Biafra land as a Biafran. Biafra first. But are we going to do Biafra first with saliva? The answer is no. We are going to do Biafra first, and your life is going to matter in Biafra land with your Ije and your Ijema, with your investment. If legislators can survive without police escort, but millions of Nigerians are expected to survive without any protection at all, who is the government now actually saving? They are saving the elite. They are not saving the people that voted them, because we told them, don't vote these people, they are criminals. They refuse. Obi, 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 Obi. Now, where is they? Where is Obi today? Samantha, one leg in UK, one leg in Nigeria. And when he's going down one leg in Nigeria, you go and Jobale to Sultan of Sokoto. Obi does not care whatever happens to you in Biafra land. You see, Tinubu said in his budget presentation about security, because the specific language he used is very, very revealing, both in what he said and what he carefully avoided saying. That is what I want to talk on now. He avoided saying some things, and I will let you know, because he declared under this new architect, I'm quoting Tinubu, any armed group, listen, or gun-wielding non-state actors operating outside state authority will be regarded as terrorists. My people, listen. And then he named them. He said bandits, militias, armed gangs, armed robbers. Listen to the names. Violent cults, forest-based armed groups, and the foreign-linked mercenaries will all be targeted. Those are the people he wants to target. You see, On the surface, you see, if you listen to the names he has mentioned, it sounds very good. Oh, very strong and, very detailed and comprehensive. Finally, a president taking terrorism seriously. Really, you say, clap hand for him. US now will hear it and say, oh, we told Nigeria what to do, and they've started doing it. They have stage managed the arrest of Malami. Oh, something is happening. Oh, Tinubu have said now he will approve a state police. Oh, US will say Tinubu is working. It is a lie. When a rally mall came to Nigeria, they organized 100 students from another school, gave them school uniform. Rally mall will say, they are doing something. Because I'm also reading from Sean. Sean is beginning to tweet that Nigeria is doing something. I told Sean, do not allow Nigerian surface system to deceive you. Nothing is happening. Few days ago, they just buried 12 people that they've murdered. You see, so all this is for the Western countries, especially US, to see and see maybe they'll have a change of mind to remove all these sanctions and remove the CPC designation from them. It is all lies. Listen, did you hear this man mention Fulani hate me? That is my question. Did he mention? So despite the fact that Fulani haters in Nigeria have killed thousands and millions of Nigerians, more than Boko Haram in recent years, according to some counts, they are not specifically named as terrorists. Tinubu is dodging from mentioning Fulani hate men as terrorists in this his list. Did you hear him mention Meyeti Allah? He is dodging, because he doesn't want to hurt the northern people. He doesn't want to hurt those practicing Sharia. He doesn't want to hurt the northern elites. He doesn't want to hurt Sultan of Sokoto. Mieti Ela is an organization that has openly claimed responsibility for attacks, and their members have been caught with weapons after massacre, and their leaders have made threatening statements. Yet, they are not named as a terrorist organization in Nigeria. They were so fast to use our people to declare IPOP as terrorist organization. Unfortunately, we have left the level of organization. We are now a government. Somebody also attacked them and said, how can you arm your kingsman, Mieti Allah? This attack was addressed to Ribadi. How can you arm your kingsman, Mieti Allah? Some Fulani headsmen terrorizing the whole country, and you claim you want them to act as vigilante. This is the plan of Ribadu. Ribadu wants Mieti Allah to act as vigilante in another man's land, specifically in Kwara State. Now, what is the distance between Kwara State and Biafra land? This is the preparedness by Ribadu to arm Mieti Allah. He came out and said that these people are known to the government, that they are them, they are recognized by the government. The same thing that what is his name? Gumi said. So they will send them. The person said, you should all ask Ribadu, NSA Ribadu, what is going on? A group that has come out publicly claiming terror attack is who the NSA is arming in Kwara State. Is the distance between Kwara State and the Biafra land far? The answer is no. No specific mention of Boko Haram by their full name. Did you hear Tinubu? No. He did not mention Boko Haram in their full name. He used vague terms like forest-based armed groups. Yes, that is what Tinubu used. But they avoid to use the specific designation that would require specific action. He did not mention drug cartel, no. He did not mention narco trafficking organization, no. Those ones are the ones funding the violence in Nigeria. He refused to mention them. He did not mention specific northern armed group that everyone knows exists, but that the government pretend don't exist for political reason. So why this careful omission? Tinubu is walking a political tightrope. If he specifically named Fulani terrorists, Fulani hates men as terrorists, you know what will happen. The northern establishment, they will revolt immediately against him, because he needs vote from that region for 2027. That is if God will keep him alive. You see, all the political support, he will lose it. They will oppose him, which is a normal thing because they've already threatened him. Shetima has come out to say nobody should threaten a Tinubu for 2027. Go to his tweet, you see it. This same Shetima gave a warning that Rome was not destroyed by outsiders but by insiders day before yesterday, which was a very strong warning. Shetima is playing double game with Tinubu. I don't know if people are following what I am saying. You see? So instead, he was using vague language, which means anything or nothing. Bandit, bandit, he can say, okay, maybe it include Fulani headers or it could not. So we really want to know the names. Who are those that you want to target? Forest Birds Armed Group. It could include anyone hiding in the forest. Yes, or it could selectively target only certain groups. Who are those in the forest in Biafra land? Let them come, and BDF will face them, because our forest can never be taken over by these Fulani terrorists. You see? So him stating that any armed group operating outside state authority will be regarded as terrorists. So he's now creating a legal framework that can be weaponized against legitimate self-defense groups. This same Tinubu was the one that said each region should have forest guard. Now he's coming out to tell you that even the forest guard now will be declared as terrorists. So why is he confusing its own citizen? Why? In our own Biafra land, we have organized to protect ourselves with our BDF, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. All we need to do is to fund our BDF. That's all they need from us. All we need to do is to invest. Invest where you know your money will go directly to our BDF. You heard when Aigwe Butuzo said that it is we Biafrans under the de facto government in exile and our brigade that is funding and assisting them, that is not getting money from anywhere. Do not allow Madam Ajere to confuse you. The same PM that he castigated and called criminal is who he is telling today that he is sending message through him. How? How? How does it work? When you give your money to Biafra Republic government in exile and de facto in the homeland, your money goes directly for the purpose you paid for. Do not give your money to Odaonowu to increase the stock in her fridge, or Choma Okoma to increase the stock in her lab to buy reagents. Send your money. The link is here. www.Biafra Republic government in God forbid in exile. www.Biafra Gini, help me. I have talk and talk. Biafra Republic Government.org. All in full. There is no abbreviation except org. Government is in full and all in small letters. We don't have space. No space. That is where you're supposed to click and make your payment. Or you contact your admin in the homeland. Now, this payment is not only for Biafrans. Even if you are not a Biafra, and tomorrow you want to gain one or two things from Biafra land, you must show us your receipt. You don't need to be a Biafran before you support us. Give us your investment. Invest in our IOU. If you give us 10,000 a Jemba means dollars, we will give you 20,000. Yes, because we have the resources for it. People are coming to steal our resources. So we have. And what I am telling you is not going to take a longer time to manifest, to come to reality. So my people, did you see what Tinubu is doing? So do you see the trap? The victims now who defend themselves will become terrorists in the eyes of Tinubu, while the perpetrators of terror will now get state sponsorship. Like Mietiala, that is already funded with given weapons by through Ribadu. Tinubu also said, we will show no mercy to those who commit or support acts of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping for ransom, and other violent crime. We will usher in a new era of criminal justice. Now, what captivated me was the word no mercy. A new era. Those are strong words. Those are strong words. New mercy. New era. Okay, let's see how it goes. I want to just examine the reality on ground, because him saying this on paper or using microphone means nothing if action contradicts it. Yes. Now, if you look at the reality, now let's start from Musa, the Minister of Defense. Minister of Defense Musa had, publicly warned Nigerian soldiers not to kill bandits. Yes. It sounds so absurd, right? Minister of Defense is telling the military to avoid killing terrorists. Musa Usman Baba is telling the army not to kill terrorists. He framed it as avoiding extrajudicial killings and representing and respecting human rights. You know, that sounds noble until you realize we are talking about active terrorists. Active, not even passive one. Active terrorists with sophisticated weapons who are killing people, who are slaughtering civilians. How do you fight a war? And this is a war that we are talking about, while being instructed not to kill the enemy. Where is it applicable? We also have Ribadu, the National Security Advisor, who admitted on record that the government is supplying arms to vetted vigilante elements. Who are these vetted vigilante elements? Why I'm saying this is the word from Tinubu that said no mercy, no a new era. No mercy, we will show no mercy to those who commit or support acts of terrorism, banditry, kidnapping for ransom. And here is the Minister of Defense. Here is Ribadu, the National Advisor, saying that they will supply arms to vetted vigilante elements, Miati Allah, who are the ones killing in Kwara State and all neighboring states. He said, we have already discussed with the MACBAN membership card where we've already discussed how MACBAN, remember MACBAN membership card was found on the killed kidnappers. That was last week. They found it in their pockets. And it showed that some of these vetted vigilante, unquote, by Ribadu, are the actual criminals. They are the actual killers. They are the ones that killed members in CAC last month. So when they arrested them, they found this MACBAN membership card on them. So the government is arming terrorists while now telling soldiers not to kill them. Now tell me, where is the no mercy that Tinubu is talking about? Where is the no mercy? We saw from Shegumik, I'm talking about the no mercy from Tinubu now. He has openly advocated for amnesty for bandits. And he negotiates with them, he meets with them, and he even said that he goes there with policemen, security men. What has happened to Gumi? Nothing, no arrest. He continued to operate freely, while Aonyendu has been locked up for speaking the truth, for telling Nigerians that Fulanis are coming, and they are coming. They're already in our land. You see, this man appeared in television. He did not hide his face, Gumi. Where is the message now from Tinubu? Is the law and the punishment applicable to Shetima? The answer is no. When bandits and terrorists are occasionally arrested, they are often released quickly. We've seen it time without number. Sometimes they are released as part of negotiations. Sometimes they are released because evidence is insufficient. That is what they will tell us. You don't have enough evidence. Oh, they have negotiated. Right now, Yusuf is telling Musa, go and negotiate with bandits and terrorists. Don't kill them. They are our people. So even despite being caught with weapons after attack, they just release them. They disappear from custody like that. And nobody knows their whereabouts. The same thing that happened with those mob that killed Deborah. They arrested the three of them. Before we could say Jack Robinson, they were out. No single major arrest have been made with terrorist leader or even bandit kingpin. We've seen it, nothing. They have not been executed. So despite the president tough talk, where are the high-profile terrorism conviction? Where are the execution of terror mastermind? They don't exist. So no mercy means mercy for nothing terrorist. That is my understanding. Mercy for Fulani bandits. Mercy for Gumi, who support them. But no mercy for anyone else. Because why? He is looking for votes for 2027. He's looking for vote. He has the money. And he keeps on saying, it is his turn. Oh. It is his turn. Genocide was not named in the comment, in the statement of Tinubu. Genocide, the name genocide disappeared completely. They refuse, because as we speak now, Tinubu is still denying that there is no genocide going on in Nigeria. That was why he did not mention genocide in his speech. Did you see that? I don't know how many of you listened to what he said. He did not mention genocide in his speech. You see, he refused, because under UN Convention on Preventive and Punishment of Crime of Genocide, genocide is defined as the act committed with intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnic, racial, or religious group. Now, are all these a component that makes up the meaning of genocide happening in Nigeria? The answer is yes. We have seen the systematic killing, we have seen destruction of livelihood, we have seen forced displacement, we have seen targeting of ethnic and religious cleansing. What is it that we have not seen? Uh-oh. Our original ministers, no, your hand is up. Okay, let me pause. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, a condo, maybe. Good night from here. Welcome.
Yes, yes. Greetings, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not able to speak for a long time or to actually speak clearly. It's in case you're hearing my voice some kind of way. And I'm not going to speak for a long time, but I just want to appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Today's program has been very, very, it's one of those programs that we remind these people who exist or who believe in what they call Nigeria, uh, what a mess they have all got themselves in. Because since you started the program, since I joined, or since I'm able to hear what is going on, it has been more of everything you're saying. We've told people about this over and over again. And it is happening now, clearly in everybody's eyes. So it's been more like a reminder of all that has been happening. Now, I'm not going to go into every other thing that's been going on, but I sincerely appreciate the speakers and the listeners on this program. I just want to speak a little bit on the importance of our security. Sometimes people think that for a while I've always spoken about this dark cloud of rain, which if it falls on our people, it's going to be it's going to be quick, it's going to be a lot, just like rain. Now you come to our place back home. This is the latest of what is happening back home. In Enugu they have camps. In Enugu state they have camps, terrorist camps. The same Enugu, they are forming, their governor is unveiling some few riffraffs, they call them forest guards. I saw a video of them dodging and sitting and standing up with guns. And these are all the people that the government, the same federal government, is telling them that they are all the problem of the nation except the terrorists. People don't understand. Nigeria is completely gone as it is right now. Just for the benefit of the doubt, uh, let's talk about the need for people to fund our liberation, our freedom. You're talking about this terrorist. How do they get money? Here. The other terrorist that kidnapped people in Kwara State asked for 500 million. And the other ones asked for 600 million. These ones in Kogi Church asked for 600 million. Every kidnapper in Nigeria that is being funded by Nigerian government go about kidnapping people. The ones in the northern part right now, of course, they are coming into our own areas now. But all of them, they're in the northern part. They are kidnapping and collecting money in millions. We're talking about the government owed them some billions of naira. By the time they get paid 500 million, and they pay them 600 million, and they pay them 300 million here and there, have they not gathered billions of naira? That's not the money they are making from illegal mining in the north. So the government is coming around and still paying these terrorists. In as much as we're not talking about condemning them, because you can't speak against Fulani in Nigerian government. You can't do it. I was having a conversation with somebody and I said, if there is anything that would exist that they will call 2027, that somebody becomes a president, and it turns out to be Tinubu, that Shetima will kill him in just less than 1 year. Shetima will kill him off and become the president. And nothing is going to happen about it. Just for them to be able to finish up whatever it is that they are planning. But for right now, look at all this money that these terrorists are collecting. And you ask yourself, these people that hate them in the north this much, they're collecting all this money and buying whatever they're buying, getting supplies, funding their war machine, as what is his name called it, Gumi. All this fund that they're collecting, they're using it to face you. How are you prepared to defend yourself? Some people, they attack them back home and they are calling on the same Nigerian government that attacked them. That's the people that don't understand. They kill you, they come, they slaughter you. Your governor don't even speak for days. Like Soludo, that they kidnapped people and disrupted people in the church. I don't even think he has given a comment. He made a comment about it. Are they the people that you're going to wait on to come and save you? They are about to start their tax, whatever nonsense. They're going to take money from you because the Fulanese or whoever it is, they don't keep money in the bank. They don't make all those remittance in the bank. They don't run the shops. Even you as an Igbo man that is transferring money here and there, they're going to tax all that money. It is you that they're going to collect money from again to continue funding the war machine that is coming against you. Without adequate funding, I don't see a country that runs well. Now they're going to take taxes from you. A lot of you are going to pay for all of this. But here is a situation that our people are very used to, that I wanted to actually bring up to the people today. What we're asking you is, like, when you people have events, occasions, and you create committees, You create different committees of people and you add them in it, and they make contributions to you. Could you imagine you, all of you in the United States, in diaspora, in Canada, anywhere you are, just imagine a situation where all of us are in a committee for the liberation of Biafra. People who understood anything that NNAMDI Kanu was talking about. And thousands of us bring in as little as we can. That is the only way you can defeat or be able to fund and sustain what is coming against our people. But just imagine that. We take the numbers that we have to be able to fund our liberation. The same reason why 10 years ago, 2015, our leader NNAMDI Kanu said $1. But today, like Sister Nkiru said, we're no longer in the time of Wetekiji. We're in an actual war. I don't understand how some people want to take it though. But our land is seriously under siege. Our land, Biafra land, is under siege. I don't know how you want to understand it. Our collective effort is the only way that we will be able to fight the Fulanese to a standstill. If not, our people are going to die. The Fulani jihadists are going to slaughter our people in their numbers when they come in and take that seat that Nigeria is preparing for them. I don't know how else to say. I've been trying to avoid this conversation. This Christmas alone, a lot of people were doing Christmas parties and donations for end of year this and all this and all of that in different countries. But you forget about the security of our people back home. Our people, you Nnamdi Kanu say that if he expose ego as in the national Biafra, that the world will laugh at him. That the world will laugh at him. In clear sense, let's just be 100 honest with one another. In fact, I didn't want to take time, but I'm sorry. Like, let's get down to the real sense of what we're saying. And after that, I will just make a simple comment about some people. 500,000 Biafrans all over the world in diaspora. People like to analyze Agwaha Oku in a very or Dikonina force and the mother force. 500,000 Diodogundi Biafrans in different parts of the world. If they decide Nahaganenye, Biafra Republic government in exile, which is the only government that is going to get you into Biafra. If they're able to give this government $50 every month, 500,000 people, America alone has over 2 million able Biafrans. I just want to make this very clear. Do you know what that will give us? It's up to you to do the maths. And it's not like we don't have the people who are capable. I said 500,000 people. I didn't say 5 million people now. That is 500,000 people that would have even believed that they listened to our leader NNAMDI KANU. Who, if it is not for what we are going to do, they would never let him go. I don't know what tells you that when a terrorist, somebody kidnaps you, that the person will just hand you over to somebody for what? The only way they're going to leave our leader NNAMDI KANU is from what we do. So
We are not hearing you guys again, tutors. Are you hearing me? Who is sharing link on my comment section? Who is this? Who is sharing this link on my comment section? Remove your link there or I block you. Tony Nadi. Criminal Tony Nadi. You don't come to our platform again. Criminal. Idiot. Ama mgbe o ji wee bata uche m adịghị na kọment tata ọ ya ka o ji wee nwee ike ịbata criminal ị na-abịa ebe a ebe eshi alụ m linki kịtịkpa gbagbuo your useless family there. Go and ask your mama who be your papa. Tony Nadi, if you are listening to me, thunder go fire your generation, bastard. Ị bịara ebe eme commercial I drop link iji ask am Biafrans. Map man. After how many years you attack Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Oje Washington eje attack Simon Ekpa. Since you na-ebu ụmụnna gị, you no get mouth o. Anụ ukwu ọnụ gị, onwekwe vidio ime. Ekwensu ọdụ ogologo. Ana m akpọdụ gị ekwensu nwere ike ọ dị innocent ihe a na-ebo ya, ihe ndị ụka na-ebodo ya. Tutors, we are not hearing you guys again. What is going on? Mmadụ ọ nọzikwa na this ihe a? Otu m si edela ha ihe. Onye nji asị ha na-enye m nọmba ha ka ọ dịrị m easy. O nwee problem so that I will call them. Keep sharing, Bikon. They cannot Islamize Biafran, Bikon. Yes, na na-ede. Unu kwesịrị ịkpakwana m mgbe unu hụrụ Tony Nnadi a ka ọ bịara ebe ede nonsense. So nwezi onye n'ime unu nwere ada Biafra nọmba unu ga-eji wee kọntaktị ya m gwa m na ekwensu ọdụ ogologo bịa na our platform drop link o ji aska amụ Biafra. Map man ọsaghị ya bụ Tony Nnadi. Nyanwụ na makwuna ihe Nnadi mini na Igbo. Tony Fulani. Ihe a asụgbuo m. Kịta ka m jere n'anya n'ihe. No voice, oh. No voice. Can you hear me?
Twitter na-azụkwa ekwe mmadụ adrọpụzi voice, o nwezi ike ikwe mmadụ drọpụ nke bụ voice note. Update ya ha na-eme this too much. Ndị nọ na Facebook na Twitter, unu na-anụ onu? Are you guys hearing? Don't worry, ewepụna m ya, emecha ka nchọ ka nsi blọk ịma na eji m iwe take on time wee blọk ya ọfụma. Ọ dịka on hide ka m hide the thing. Don't worry nna, don't worry, mma pịawa ya azụ, mma emere ya short video ebe ọ vọnitekwa n'ebe o zoro. Ọ ka i wee hụ ndị na-achụrụ gị Biafra, ọkwa mmadụ na-efolu ya. Ndị otu Tony Nnadi bụ ndị otu, kedu aha nke nwa na-akparị Nnamdi Kanu bụ second man Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu chụpụrụ? Kedu aha ya? Eji wee sizi biko sakazi na nwe second person again. Uche Mefọ, ndị otu ya ọha ncha niile na-alụkọ wite ike nguru mkpụrụ mmiri. Ndị sọjesịlị ndị zoo ha tụọ Nnamdi Kanu nga 50 years before nọcha ebe a mpụta na onye ha abazi uru. Ọ ihe ọ tụrụ ya, ọ ihe uke nguru ego. Nnadi nụnwa kada aha ya, Tony Fulani Nnadi. Ọ alụ ha tere ndị zoo. Onye ka ha ji buru ụzọ jide awa prime minista, maka ọ bụ na ma prime minista na egwu a na-atụ ha imekọtasị na a na-atụ Nnamdi Kanu sentence ebe niile kara ịnwụrụ gị ọkụ. Njisi na ha na-abụ bụ ndị bụ nwere bọs na the whole Nigeria zoo a. Ọ ha nwa bụ ndị a na-atụ ụjọ. Nwere onye hụ ha na-eti ebe ahụ ntị n'isi ya? O nwere onye hụrụ? Ma ndị DOS, ndị nzama, ndị akpịrị ego, ha niile, ha ncha niile, ma ndị je Finland the protest against our PM. Ị hụrụ ha ka ha ji Sokoto jeme protest? Did you see them? Ọkwa anyị nwecha picture ha, m ga na-eweta ka m mecha kịta vọftasia picture ndị niile na-aje Finland blue flag anyị jeme protest against ya. Ka ije na their platform, go and tell me if you see anything concerning Christian genocide going on. Otu esi egbu ndị mmadụ na the whole Biafra land, na the whole zoo as a whole. Have you seen them say anything concerning the buying of Christians, the slaughter of innocent people in that dungeon, the buying of Biafrans? Ndị niile ahụ je Finland ejiri obi ka dị ha na ndị otu ha ndị yuzuchala bịa kparịa our PM. Ha niile ozugbo ha kparịcha our PM ọkụ ha nyụọ, ị ka na-afụ ejiro, ọ ka na-abịazikwa online. Have you seen ejiro again? Ọkwa so ha je Finland. Ndị niile ahụ na-ekwubu okwu gbasara Biafra na-ekpugharị okpu ọpanda na-epentịgharị ihu ha freedom, ị ka na-ahụ ha? Ndị bịara ịchụ ego, itinye ha ego n'obi n'ihe anyị na-eme, ị na-ana. Onye agụ adị achụ freedom. A hungry man can never be a freedom fighter. Ọ ha ncha ndị a na-akwụ ụgwọ. DOS nọ na-ana $2,000 to €2,000 every month gbakọ ya. Ọ ya ka ha ji bido mee Simon ịkpa attack. Mgbe Simon kikiri against ịkwụ mmadụ ụgwọ, a na-akwụ ụgwọ as a freedom fighter pụrụ ala ịṅụrụ kaikai. Chelu na ọ bụ na ha nọzie ka m mechie ihe a je were ọgwụ nwa na m achọ dị ikwu okwu, achọghịzi m ịdị na-ekwu okwu sef. Achọghịzi ihe m ga na-emebi stream unu ihe a na-eme behind. Ọ maka ikwu okwu ekwugo na mma. Ọ gịnị na-emezikwenu? Tutos ọ nọzikwe onwezikwa onye ma na ihe a dị on. Mba ka m kpọfie OS nke ahụ aka nze akpọntegodo ama obi ka m gwa ya na ihe o nwekwa ike na-ekwu okwu, ọ ma ha na ihe niile ọ na-ekwu adị apụta. Ka m pụgodo bịakwa ọzọ back. Not from my side.
You and educate you and no, and then you argue and ask them, how do they know this? What is this? What
are you guys
I've
hearing
said
that?
it over and over again, especially in Libya, Europe, or anywhere you are. Look at the country you are residing in right now. Check their freedom that you are enjoying. And then you compare it with what you are. your own people are doing.
Is it coming out, please? Confirm from Facebook, YouTube, everywhere.
Anyway, if I now going to buy is this, Makandi Naro no Christmas. I pray that all of you come back safe. But as you're back there, Jirakagiwe Baron Christmas on how our place is, how safe the land is. When you guys get back to diaspora and you still in your first week of coming back, because all of you don't dare. I'm on some young guys gone around as long as, but them and in our role, you know, you have to work, you have to do whatever you do. So you are going to be back here before the middle or end of January. As you come back here, if the things that you have seen back home does not change you, or you come back to any country or Banana, and you don't see the need for you to start doing what you're doing, what you're supposed to do, that land will begin to frustrate you. It could be, just sounds really funny, but I'm being honest with you. A lot of our people that will travel back home this year, and they come back and they refuse to start doing what they're supposed to do after witnessing what is going on, our land will start to frustrate them. Or this land, whatever it is that they are, will start to frustrate them. Today is our fundraising. If you're listening to us, join us. You don't even have to come in anyway. Like my sister said, Biafra Republic government, everything spelled in full.
Okay, thank you.
.org. You go there, you make your payment. You don't need to come out and be like Rage and Fury or scream and be like Mr. Snow and these people that don't know what you don't have to do that. But today is our fundraising, the day we fund our defense forces. Because each and every one of us, no matter where you are in diaspora, you still have families back home. So you have every right to provide security for that your family back home. Everybody just go do what you're supposed to do. If a lot of us come together and do this thing, we wouldn't need to stress our elderly citizens who are in Biafra Republic government in exile. Those women and people you see on the fundraisings that you hear about, fundraising. I'm talking about people who are listening to us, who don't like to come in what we're doing. Those senior citizens that might not even be working, but they're still doing everything they can to provide security for our people. If we all put our hands together as young people, as people who truly want freedom for both our leaders, for our people, who want to avert the calamity that is about to befall our land, if we put our hands together and even make a $50 donation from our heart every week, every other week, every month, just a few hundred thousands of us, we will be able to help this government to secure our territories. It is going to be block by block, like our brother Chuayaba said. But to secure that block by block will be our ejemma. Like the barefoot soldier of Ambazonia said, nke mbụ bụ eje, nke ịbụ eje, nke atọ ejemma. If we were able to come together will be able to do it. If we don't, I bend by okra. Very, very sad to say that, but it is the truth. When they will start against our people, it's going to be like the kind you've never seen before. You know, they did it in Israel and people complained and they supported them. The way they will do it in our land, in just a blink of an eye, it will be worse than anything anybody has seen before. Darling, everyone, don't forget, it's our fundraising. That money that you're using to have fun this weekend, put it together and give it to the Biafra Republic government in exile. They will put it to a good use. Fund your liberation. Fund your freedom. If you don't do it, nobody will do it for you. If America is coming to help you, they're going to do it with people's tax, with people's money. It's called taxpayers' money. We're just asking you to pay a little tax into your own government. That's all we're asking people. Anyị nyuko mamiri ono gbala anyị ụfụfụ. Daalụ everyone.
Dalu, original COS. Thank you for gracing this space. God bless you. Yeah, that was very informative for Biafrans, and I don't know what they want us to talk again. We've said everything that we know. Yeah, my co-host Toti, are you there before I end this space? I don't know if you can bring in Obi Chicago.
Yeah,
I can't.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm here. I've been trying to bring her up as well, but she's not coming up. I don't know. But go check the back channel, the formidable media team back channel. It's like she dropped a message there. So check and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Okay.
was trying to.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Snow, for that wonderful submission. And then there's this vital point you also made when you were giving your submission. You know, everybody today is now, shouting, crying, America, America, America is not taking interest of what is happening in Nigeria regarding the Christian genocide. But they don't know those things took effort of lobby. And the government that lobbied to bring the attention of the United States of America into the genocide of Christians in Nigeria today is the Biafra Republic government in exile. You know, I always say this thing, our people doesn't know how the world works, how world politics works. You think that, okay, maybe because of you're crying in one village in Biafra land, or maybe you're crying in one village in Kano, that the American government will just stand up and start coming to your rescue. No, it takes effort. And the Biafra Republic government in exile have taken up that mantle to be putting that effort in making sure that the attention of the United States of America is being brought to the injustice being meted at the people in that contraption called Nigeria and also in Biafra. And that is the more reason why even some of you out there that doesn't believe in what we are doing, now is the time for every one of you to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we, the Biafran people, are fighting for, we are fighting for humanity. We are fighting to save lives. And as we are fighting to save our lives, we are also fighting for every one of you out there calling yourself one Nigerianist. Our website is always open for every one of us to come in there. The Biafra Republic Government in Exile Donation website is www.biafra republic, Biafra in full, Republic in full, Government in full.org, which is .org. You can go there and do your widow's mite. Why Biafrans keep creating the awareness? Because we already have the platform to create this awareness, to draw the attention of the international community regarding what is happening in Biafra and also in that contraction Nigeria.
Mm.
So many people are not coming out to host protests in front of Washington, D.C. Who were the first people that did it? The Biafra Republic government in Nigeria did it. We did not even host protests in front of Washington, D.C. alone. We went into the Congress Hall to testify regarding the genocide of Christians in Biafra land and also in that contraction called Nigeria. And whatever you're seeing the American government doing today regarding this Christian genocide is due to the effort of the Biafran Republic government in Nigeria. But today, so many people are now coming to steal the glory. Biafrans, we should be more concerned about our own lives. If we truly believe that our life matters, now is the time for every one of us to rise up and keep supporting the diplomatic battle in Washington, D.C. And for those of us back home, continue supporting the Biafran Defense Forces. Because they are here already. Mr. Snow also said one thing regarding this useless and so-called governor of Enugu, the illegitimate governor of Enugu State, and Peter Mba. We saw all the charade he has been doing weeks back, launching drones that are monitoring the whole forest of Enugu. Let me just, put it in Enugu. But today, 20 terrorist camps have been found in the forest of Old Enugu State. 20 terrorist camps were coordinated.
Yes, ma.
But Peter Mba was deceiving every one of you, most especially some of you over there in Enugu State. They are close to your doorsteps. Even some of you from Enugu State are in diaspora. Some of you are doctors. Some of you are engineers in diaspora in America, in UK, in Asia, all over the world. They're already in your doorstep. That money that you are refusing to bring to safeguard your people back home, you will pay it as a ransom when the time comes. Because they will come, they will take your mother, they will take your father, they will take your brother, they will even take your child. Sometimes people will say, we are too blunt, no, but sometimes we just need to spell these things out the way it is. 20 coordinated and well-supplied terrorist camp has been discovered in Enugu forest. Now tell me, what is Peter Mba doing with all those drones and all those idiots that were jumping and diving? So-called forest guard. If you refuse to support the defense of Biafra land, if you refuse to support the recognition of the Biafran people, you will pay it one way or the other. It will come. We all saw the video trending today, the people that were kidnapped in Kogi State. It was not only adults, children were there. Children are there. So do you think that if they can take those kids, they can take yours? They will take yours, my friend. Stop deceiving yourself. If you fail to support the defense of Biafra land, if you fail to support the Biafran defense forces that has been keeping our land safe, they will come and take your child, and your child will be televised the way these other children are being televised all over social media today. It breaks my heart that children are passing through such manias. It breaks my heart that our women are suffering. And if we, the men, fails to fund the protection of our women and children, the terrorist caliphate will televise them for ransom, and that ransom will be paid, whether you like it or not. That some of you are still sleeping with your two eyes closed in Biafra land today is due to the effort of some of us, we, that have not given up, that are still fighting, contributing our own quota in making sure that that defense keeps standing and the diplomatic warfare regarding our recognition is being intensified in Washington, D.C. They are here already, but there's still hope for every one of us. Those 20 camps, those 20 terrorists, well-coordinated terrorist camp in Enugu State, can be eradicated if we all stand up now and start doing the needful, doing what we're supposed to do as a people. But if we keep feigning ignorance or keeping quiet that it does not concern us, it will spread. And when it spread, our leader said, if we allow them to take over our land and we ask him to command this army, that he will not command the army. I want every one of us to understand. If we allow them to overwhelm our land, where it will not become a very serious problem for us, we all are going to partake from that problem. So now is the time. Today is our fundraising. We need every one of you. All hands needs to be on deck. This one is not IPOB news. This one is not bringing news. The news is coming out from the same brown envelope journalist media house in Nigeria. They are the ones that published this 20 well-coordinated terrorist camp in Enugu State. Because if it comes from us now, some of you will say it's propaganda. We want war.
Legacy was
They are there now.
is already there. Now we just stop them.
And it is only the Biafran Defense Forces that can be able to go there to dislodge them. We all should wake up and smell the coffee. The earlier, the better for every one of us. Tutos, are you there? Have you been able to,
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I read it. She is okay now. It was voice. I have rectified it. Thank you so much. Thank you, my co-host. We have to call it a day. Thank you. Thank you. You've done amazingly great today. I would love to have you again next time. Yeah. Well continued. Thank you so much. And you really helped and relieved me a lot today with all your submission. Thank you. I love you so much. Obi Chicago, let me give you.
Okay.
Um,
Can you hear me now?
she's still requesting. Maybe she wants to speak to Biafras before we call it a day. You're on the mic, Obi.
Yes. Can you hear me?
One name, why?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Can you hear? I've sent you the mic.
Join as a speaker.
Okay, so while waiting for her to be on the mic, thank you so much, Biafrans.
Yes.
Also, thank our information
Okay.
minister
Yeah.
that was
I
late.
can see it
Okay.
now. Yeah, and
Okay.
before you close it, I want to tell everybody listening to us, remember, it's not we that is telling you then by now you where they ground, they collect the breakfast. People that is traveling, you travel, you did not go to Washington, D.C., but you went to zoo. I'm not begging, I'm not even pleading. I'm not painting mouth for people praying for you to go and come back successful so that you continue where you stop. You are not going and coming back any successful. You left people behind. They are buying them. You are not talking about the Christian genocide. You are not talking about the kind of Biafrans. You are traveling to go and enjoy money, to go and booger for our people, to go and intimidate them the more. The people that are buying, the people that are hungry, the people that are running up and down, that don't sleep in the night. If you buy tickets to go there without supporting the boys, without dropping something, without appeasing the gods of our land, everything nature will fight against you. Everything nature will deal with you because you are the one bringing the Fulani terrorists in uniform to our land. Call them security. You go and bring them and be showing them Appian way in our land. You want to go and booger and intimidate them the more. Ka a na-achala gị ga a na-ebu asịrị gị oche na okeke mgbankwọ si na Washington, oke na Germany, okpokpo isi from Belgium is back. Thunder etiwa gị isi ebe a. I don't want to say that Fulani will kidnap you because they must spy you. No matter how much you bring, they must spy you. You know you are a target. You know you are number one target. So you don't want to support what we are doing, but you want to sneak in and go and intimidate our people the more. You are hearing our voice every day. We are screening on top of our voice. Let me tell you bitter truth. This tax you are seeing is going to come, and it is from your pocket, because even America, are they not seeing what is going on? In a blue freedom big in akpa. Oh, because America will even want it to all the actualize before 18. You think I'm joking? We are paying tax here. Tax in the Yipo Madepant na Obodo Ibana America, Nebenine, and not even overseas in itself. But no African country have ever paid tax. They want to start it with Biafrans, because Biafrans are the one that will pay the tax. You are the one that are targeting, that is doing business. And when you have booking them, is he going to pay the tax from Fura Dununu or from where? From Beggy Hajuna Street. Kedu onye na-eche ka ọkwụọ the tax? Ụmụnna gị ka ha chọkwara ibido tax makwa. Ụmụnna gị bụ their target. America will take over mgbe ha hụ na ihe niile ndị ahụ adịchago set. Ha bịa kwụsịbe okwu ike. Ha gbara nkịta ọbọ mmadụ ka a na-egbu. Mgbe egbuchala ya, America nwaanyị na-eji ike agwụgo m. Unu akpasikwana m iwe, because I'm losing anger. I'm running out of patience. Aghọtazi m ihe a na-eme sef. If they are not coming, let them tell us ka anyị mara ihe anyị na-eme. But don't wait for them, because ọ bụghị gị na anụrụ ha nke ha na-anụ. Look at Texas. Look at Texas. It's going haywire now because of terrorists invading them there. And guess what? 90% of people in Texas are from the zoo. Yes, go and Google it. Indeed, Africa Juleba and Nona Texas have the same animals from dungeon. They will be there and they are keeping quiet. They will not raise alarm when the terrorists are conquering everywhere. They will be like, Nigeria. That is why you see what is happening in Texas. The terrorists are everywhere. Or can America happen to have your chobaragending? Oh, go aga chopoding tabugi. Now you go do the freedom. Now you go elevate yourself before mother tiebe gone. Onye nsi na one ebuzo budoko. You are not doing anything. Ha happen ichena obuna ye ku hoku tibezie mpu. Ichena na ga tere gone. Ota ka ebuwelai. Na today then the pious. Abakota ka ebuwelai yo. Ihe our leader kube since. Go and support your freedom. Every time I na yogi. Ina eme ihe ti oge nkere. What receipt iji we me ya mgbe nke our leader. Onwe hi menwuru. Ndo bi ojo obi akpoloko government. You never supported during our leader. You never supported during our prime minister. You never want to support. Just ego on how much? You know, Buhari titi ego. You go to girlfriend motor. You go to your house. You go to onyanka. Go to onyanka. Now so gidigani here one. In the whole world, no tribe is richer than Biafrans. No tribe. Google it. We are blessed. Why are you so stingy? What will you do with that money when the Fulani kidnap you and buy you? Some of you, your money, your wife, you don't have access to it. Your children don't even know how much you're worth. But you're worth millions and billions of naira and dollar or euro. You could not come to Washington. No. Just now, no. If you're in America, now, no. First of all, listen, Trump is now doing, not Trump, America, because everybody is calling Trump, calling this one. They have started it before now. They know Biafrans are not terrorists. But because of what is going on, they are streamlining everything. Everything that enters their border, they want to know what it is. And it will affect all of you. Everybody keep quiet. If you don't want to fight for your freedom, if you don't want to do something, it will affect you and everybody. You don't want to talk. You don't want to do something. But he refused to talk. He refused to support your freedom. Then you cannot bring anybody in again. And not because of terrorists that you refuse to talk about. It will affect everybody. Go and support Stop. You people should stop singing that support. If you don't want to support, don't worry, put your money. You go support with your life now, or your mama life, or your children's life. You go reach everybody. They win. not happy oge niile a na-ayọ ha weta na ego weta were gaa tii na akpa mgbe o suru and people everywhere.
Thank you, my sister. You've messaged them very well and they've heard. Yeah, we are going to call it a day right now so that we log in for the fundraising. Thank you, my co-host Toti. God bless you.
Yeah, tutors.
Hey,
Please, 1 million just came up now. I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 minutes for him. I don't know.
oh, okay. Minister 1 million. Yeah,
Minister Tutor, so good afternoon, good evening. my boss, yeah, I will not waste time. I know we are wrapping it up so that we join the fundraising. I just want to say thank you very much to each and every one of us. I just heard our auntie, our big auntie, Auntie Obi Chicago, where she has already made her submission, telling our people, the right thing to do. But I really love the way she put it because as for me, if you ask me, that is the same way I would put it because I don't see any reason why our people will say, like today is Saturday. I don't know what they are doing now, Saturday evening now. Very soon now, we should be starting our fundraising. So we're expecting everybody to come there and donate and do their support. Even though you are not coming there, make your donation and send your receipts. Or make your donation and keep your receipts. So this time around, if anyone is waiting for anybody to come and beg or come and pet or come and do, all those ones are passed. But we'll keep telling you, we'll keep reminding you that the only hope we have is to fund our Biafran Liberation Army and also our lobbies, our international, our Biafran government in exile. So that's all. So I will not waste much of our time. And for our space donations, I think if I could remember, my last donation was 15 ejema. So I'm going to add more 10 ejema just to wrap it up before we go to the main donation. So making it 25 ejema. So I will send the receipt right now to Auntie Nkiruka so that it will be announced in the general fundraising. So thank you very much, each and every one of us. I see you, Mazi Storm, Auntie Eunice. I see everyone. Rage and Fury. Greetings. I don't know if I have much time to, greet everyone, but I'll just hit my mic here. Thank you very much. Because of our time, let's go and prepare for the fundraising. Thank you very much, my host, my co-host, and everyone that has, made it a day today. God bless you. I lead from here.
hey, yo. Hey. That was a powerful blessing from our Minister 1 million. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, Toti, thank you for showing me. I did not even see that he raised his hand. Thank you so much. God bless you. Chai, Toti, that is why I love you. Whenever you are a co-host, you are very, very vigilant. Thank you so much. Anyway, thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, B Chicago. Nothing far from the truth. You see the tax? It is Biafrans that will pay the tax. So the earlier we bring our funding for us to leave that terrorist country called Nigeria, the better for us. You've seen the amendment that they have done. So, Chivo, sorry, I will not give you the mic again. I need to rest and prepare for the fundraising. I'm so sorry. But you've been here with us since morning. Why didn't you request for mic? Oh, Guinea, now that I want to shut down is when you are coming. Oh, yeah, 1 minute. Yalla, sharp. Oh, yeah, where is he? I've not seen him. Chivo, yalla, 2 minutes.
Yeah, tutors is not okay. It's
Can you
off
hear
now.
me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, use your 2
Yes.
minutes, please.
Okay. I will even use up to 1 minute. Thank you for all you do. I was just going through the comment section. I noticed that one of our person, Augustina Ogo, made a mistake with the website for the donation. It is not www.biafrarepublic.gov. No, it is government spelled in full. So just check your comment. You will see it. She made
Oh my God, we can't hear him again, but that is a good observation. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother Chivo. Sister Agostina, I think you were messaged one time in the group. Please, I know it's a mistake. Our website is, I don't know if you have a pen. If it is possible, can you please delete it from the comment section and then type the correct website there? Please be very, very vigilant. This is Choma Okoma website and Emma Madabu.
Was I kicked
Our
out?
website is,
Jesus.
yeah, Chivo, thank you so
Oh,
much for the observation. Thank you. God bless you. www.biafra.
I don't know if they can hear me. Did you hear me?
Yes, we heard you. We heard you, Chivo. Chivo, can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay. Thank you. I can hear you.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you for
That was what
so
I was.
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Tutos, you can go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Chivo. God bless you. Yeah, please, it's not only to, I hope she's even here because I think this is the second time she has been called to, correct that error. Please, if you are
Yeah,
here, can
she's
you give us a thumb up, Augustina?
yeah, she's here. She's here on the listening
Yeah, she
section.
may be here, but she's not close to her phone because I think this is the second time it has repeated. She really have to be alert. Augustina, are you here? Okay, now she's here. She's here. No, she will get the correction. Now, our website is www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. No more exile in it. So, yeah, it's better you alert now. Thank you so much. I know it's a mistake, but if you can correct it now, if you can delete it from the comment section, it will really help us. So please put it down www.biafrarepublic, all in small letters. Government is in full, government. A lot of people will make mistake with the spelling of government at times. So .org. There is no
Yeah,
space, all in small letters. Okay. Thank you so much.
yeah,
I'm happy that you are here to get it now.
yeah. Let me help you a little bit. Augustina, please. The last time a message was sent to you, and I want you to check your DM. The correct website for the Biafran Republic government in exile, currently headed by the acting Prime Minister Mazi Ogechukwu Nkeri. Check there. I even made a correction. So check your back channel. You will see it there, the correct one below, and start using that one, and then discard this one that had been hijacked by the accountability group. Thank you very much for confirming what we're saying. Thank you. Tutas, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for that additional assistance to her. God bless you, my co-host. Thank you, all Biafrans. Thank you, all the great speakers. Thank you, Almighty God, for the strength you've given to us to be able to analyze and learn from each other. God bless each and every one of you. Now, please, we're just going to move now directly to our fundraising. Whether you are donating or not, kindly log in through the Zoom. The link is now shared. Please, let's go. Thank you.